And that's on stream now.
Yeah.
My timing is impeccable.
Okay, I'm gonna start doing the link bombing.
I shall also bomb the link. What? I forgot I copied a different link since the last time. That's a moose.
Okay.
Anyway, just to start off the stream, we're currently down in Andy. She is not feeling well.
We are also potentially down in Iron because they've not gotten back to me and they were having some pretty bad toothache issues.
Mm.
But both of these I have planned for, so we are good.
Me and Chiffon are going off to do Chiffon things anyways, so.
So Chiffon's going to abduct Keta out of nowhere.
It's possible.
And then we just never see them again until we leave Failhaven.
Again, possible.
And then we just never see them again.
Mm.
Cut sentence.
Yes, and then Vivian tries to kill us.
What do you mean tries?
And then Vivian kills us.
Yeah, there you go. You assume she has to try, first of all.
I only say try because apparently some of us have some form of get out of jail free card with death. Well, not exactly free, but...
You will have that ever elusive plot armor.
Yes.
That doesn't stop Vivian from killing you, it just stops you from staying dead. There's a very key difference here.
Now I'm just picturing Da Vinci teleporting across the entire planet multiple times in just a vain attempt to get away.
No, I'm on this side of the planet. Now I'm on this side of the planet. Now I'm on this side of the planet.
I mean, I don't think she's quite powerful enough to spoil that.
Eventually he'll think he's safe.
Yeah, accurate.
He just sends a like a.
Or eventually the watch won't work.
Oh no, mishap! You teleport into the core of the Earth, and still that's not far enough away.
Mishap, you go to teleport away from Vivian and accidentally teleport right next to her.
Mishap. The wasp misunderstood your intention of teleporting away from person, and instead simply heard teleport person.
You said to the watch anywhere but here. Well, 5 feet is not away from you is technically not here. It's over there.
Just shift an inch to the left. You're not. Yeah, here is not there. Therefore, the watch has fulfilled its duty.
Vivian's sort of standing in front of him with a knife outstretched, going, "I am going to fucking murder you. Teleport anywhere but here." Teleports 3 inches forward into knife.
Into the knife, yeah. So I'm pretty sure Vivian doesn't
All
use.
stabbing work.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways,
All the joy of
Yes,
stabbing
anyways, just to get quick introductions out of the way. Hello everyone, I am Armored Hunter, and I play the fanciful dancer who probably needs to get a move on right now. Danny?
Oh, sorry. Hello, I am Danny Boop. I play the person who is very much big worry right now, and I do the strem.
I am Dale Trolls. I play the Felzy, who has many, many more questions.
I am Methosia.
Fair enough. And hello, everybody. I'm Ash, or Jim, whatever you want to call me. We, as Armored said at the beginning, we are currently down a main character of the series, but we will continue pushing on. I have plans for what to do with the character in their absence. It will be interesting.
Oof.
But to continue things moving forward, all I have to say is, last time on the Scattered Realms, Session 49, our band of intrepid adventurers, Ket the Lucidus Bard, Travince the Human Dancer, Murgon the Hexblade Warlock, Failsy the Sorcerer, and Brimstone, the uncle with too much on his plate, and a new friend in the form of the ever-adventurous Bard, Chiffon. They found themselves with more questions than answers still, as now, with Sonata under their protection, they had to wonder how they would go about convincing the child and her mother to leave the only home they had ever known. In an effort to find out more about the goings-on of the city, they sought out the city's only remaining licensed magic user to aid them, and discovered him to be a rather jovial, if a bit forgetful and in denial, skeleton man named Tim. Their conversation went rather well until their learning was cut short by a ruckus explosion from across the city, in the direction of Keeper's Manor. So yes, we are jumping right back into where we were previously, with you all hearing that loud, cacophonous explosion just ring out from across the city.
That ain't
Just
good. We need
immediately
to
start
go.
running down the stairs.
Oh, you all going? Okay then.
It was lovely, but we need to investigate that. Sorry.
You know what? I'll give you that one. Do you all want some help getting there?
That would be appreciated, yes.
Alright then. Give me just a moment. Turn that down a little bit. That's too much. How's that?
That's good.
Okay.
Yes, it did take us a few hours to get here. Any assistance would be nice.
Of course. Just stand still for a minute. Let me find.
You see him flipping through some pages of a book on his little nightstand next to him.
Question. Well, Tim mentioned having a summoning or a teleportation circle in the tower. Can Travince perceive where the circle is?
He told you it was somewhere further up in the tower. You could
Okay.
try, while he's searching for this right now, to just run up the stairs to try to find it. If you would like to.
Just doing a quick look. Like going up, looking up maybe 1 or 2 floors, and then immediately coming back down.
Alright then. You go up 1 or 2 floors. I'm trying to remember what's on these next floors. Because the bottom floor is the cat room. Second floor is the alchemy lab. Third floor is his library. The fourth floor appears to just be a bunch of runes all over the place. Some of them even just like floating in the air. And like various small tools just floating around in the air as if the room has no gravity. But you race quickly up past that because you don't see anything that resembles a teleportation circle in there. And on the 5th floor, seems to be a relatively blank, almost... This actually seems more like it's set up like an entryway. You could try to make an investigation check to see if you can find the circle if it isn't here.
11.
All right then. It takes you a couple of minutes, but you do eventually notice that the rug that is in the center of the room has a lot of really weird patterns on it. And after that moment, you realize that is a teleportation circle that has been woven into a rug.
Okay, good to know. Immediately join back the group.
Yeah. I will say 10 was the DC to find it, 15 would have been the DC to be able to remember the sigil without copying it down, though. So for now, you just know it's there and you know where to find it in the future.
While I was searching, can I do a quick investigation to see if I can spot any trinkets that would be like an anti-scry trinket?
Sure. Go ahead and make an investigation check, but the DC for this is going to be high because you're attempting to just spot a magical item without any form of detect magic or anything up.
Help if I actually had my character sheet up.
Might help.
I was looking for a
Just
button. to
roll a
click inside.
d20 and remember your modifier.
What's my modifiers?
That's what I have to do for most of these NPCs.
Investigation.
Yep.
That is a 23.
Alright then. You notice a couple of little odds and ends scattered around the room that they're probably magical, but again, without any sort of detect magic, you can't tell what their magical nature is just at a glance. Like, you notice a candle that's sitting in one part of the room that's definitely magical. It's got, like, little runes carved into it. There looks to be a mirror across the room that has some runes carved around the outside filigree of it. There are a couple of small necklaces scattered about tables that are probably magical.
Hey Tim, any of these necklaces protect against scrying?
I'm looking for a spell. Talk to me after I'm done.
Javinci, at this point, you'd be returning after having found the sigil on the 5th floor.
Okay.
Again, like I said, you know it's there, but you did not take enough time to memorize it.
All right, then.
As Javinci returns, Tim sort of sets the book down.
All right, then. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's enough space.
He starts tracing lines in the air just with a bony finger.
So where are y'all thinking you want to go?
To Keeper's Manor in the north of the city.
All right, then. Haven't been there before, but I am fairly familiar with it, so I should be able to get you there, all right?
All right.
So he traces the lines in the air. And you see as he's tracing them, occasionally he'll point to one of you. And you all just will suddenly be like enraptured in a very lightly purple color. Like you suddenly gain an aura about you. Almost as if you've been targeted by a spell. And eventually he's just like,
Okay, what'd you ask, Purple One? Failsy? Failsy.
And look, I'll see if any of your trinkets were for anti-scrying.
Right now I don't have any here. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Well, if y'all need me for anything, just let me know.
and he finishes scratching the last line in, and you all suddenly feel that rushing sensation that happens whenever Dravinci has used the watch before.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the feeling. This is where some of us just die because we're now part of the sidewalk.
Alright. It's not a mishap, but you are off target.
Uh-oh.
It was not a terribly high off-target roll, though. Out of a 25 or 24 to 14 off-target, it was only a 23. So you all do not appear directly in front of the manor, but you do appear in the street leading up from the northern market.
Okay, is at least within visual
Yeah, not
You know,
direct
we-
visual because there are still buildings in the way,
Okay,
but you
we're
guys
close.
basically appear here.
Twink.
Okay, we're close. We're close. That's good. We can at least.
Let's go.
As you guys reappear and just get your bearings back about you from the disorientation of the teleportation, you all sort of have to look around, and you do see a pillar of smoke coming up from Keeper's Manor. I'm assuming you all just start running.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right then.
Da Vinci is going to cast Long Strider on himself to move faster.
Gotcha. So Javinci casts Long Strider himself. That lets him pretty much completely outpace everyone else in the party. So you will be the first to arrive on the scene. So, math. Essentially, this makes it to where Javinci will arrive about 3 or almost 5 minutes before everyone else because of his eventual outpacing of everyone. And I'm assuming, I'm at least assuming, Javinci, you're not intending to wait for them to catch up. You're just running immediately to see what's happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so you arrive quite a bit before everyone else on the scene. What you see immediately is that the front of Keeper's Manor has been completely collapsed in by some form of explosion. And the fact that the tree out in the front has been destroyed. You actually currently see a figure pinned to it. And the front of Keeper's Manor has been completely detonated. From this distance, before you actually go up to the manor, you cannot see what the figure attached to the tree is.
Okay, Da Vinci is just going to be running up to the gates.
Alright then. You sprint up to the gates, and you find that they are unlocked. In fact, some of them, like, one side of it is actually, like, curled and bent off to the side. Like, something with immense force just rammed through the front of this gate.
Quickly look at the figure pinned to the tree.
Alright.
Is it Lionel?
Actually have to roll. Alright. The figure you see pinned to the tree in the front yard is, in fact, Lionel. His armor currently scarred even further by what appears to be acid and fire. He actually doesn't seem to be dead. You can still see him struggling to try to unpin himself from where he currently has a spear rammed through his chest, through and out the back of the tree. And, like, as you're getting up, he has... Like, as you're running up to them, he has actually started to pull himself forward on the spear to get off of it.
Da Vinci will... Where is it? I know I've got one. Yeah, Da Vinci will... toss him a health potion and try to help get him off the spear.
Alright, then. At this point, he doesn't really have his hands free to catch it. So I'm assuming you wouldn't just throw it at him just to have it smash against his face or something?
No.
Yeah, because he does not notice your approach.
Lionel, what happened?
He sort of, like, blearily looks over towards you.
Vinci is at this point trying to help him off of the tree.
Go ahead and make a strength check. Or are you just wanting to aid him?
Aid him.
Alright. As you start helping him down, this is when the other members of the party would start arriving. Oh my goodness.
What?
That's a double natural 20 to be able to get him off the tree.
Damn.
Sweet.
Rockets himself off, for better or worse.
Yeah, so Travince, you basically
you don't really like give him a hand to like try to pull him forward. You like get behind him and basically help shove him off as he grabs the end of the spear to pull himself forward. And there's just this terrible sound as he falls off the spear and lands on his knees.
What happened?
Drink this.
Those don't work on us.
He like pushes himself up. He like brushes the healing potion away and just pushes himself onto his feet.
Some woman, some creature showed up and attacked.
What do they look like?
Dark hair and some weird lizard.
Da Vinci at this point is running towards the manor.
Yeah. Like Lionel, even as he is, you all can see, even as he is dripping viscera out the back in front of his armor, he is running beside you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keeping
everyone
up.
else, as you get up, you do notice the fact that he was pinned to the tree by literally a spear that had gone through the entire trunk of the tree to where the blade end went out the back of it. And he just slid off about 4 foot of shaft spear. It probably dragged a lot of crap out with it.
Yeah.
Take the big one.
But yeah, it's weird, Dravinci. He is more or less keeping pace with you as you run up to the front of the manor. But yeah, you all get to the entryway and it is currently almost entirely collapsed inwards from what appeared to have been likely some form of fireball-esque spell that went off in it. You do hear sounds of conflict inside.
Is there any like windows open up on a upper floor?
None that are open, though I doubt that would stop any of you. There are some on the main floor as well that you don't have to go to an upper floor.
Da Vinci.
We need to get in there.
How far in is the debris?
Like the entire foyer of the manor, which is like an entire extension that's about 40 foot long into the out the front of the manor, has been collapsed inwards. Like the front of the house is practically destroyed,
Mm.
and there's just so much debris that is currently still on fire that finding an entryway at the front of the manor is practically going to be impossible unless you just bust through a window.
Going through a window.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lionel
Yeah.
just grabs his shield and just pretty much runs head forward through a window.
Yeah.
Just gonna follow on behind him.
Yeah.
Clear the
Yeah.
window.
At this point, the property has already been fucked up. Additional damage is negligible.
And Fels would probably collapse the building if she tries a spell on a window.
Very possible.
Yeah, you all can hear as the manor, which is currently catching a blaze because it is made of very old, dry wood, is just creaking and groaning with displeasure. But yeah, Lionel creates an entryway for you all by bashing through one of the front windows with his shield, and you can all run in. You're not in a part of the manor you recognize, though you can all, if you'd like to, make a perception check to try to hear where you can try to single out where you hear the sounds of combat further inside.
That's a 4 for Da Vinci. He just starts bolting in a random direction.
Natural 1.
14.
Alright, and I need to make a check for Lionel.
Felsi is particularly.
I mean, yeah, Failsy's on edge because lady, dark-haired, weird lizard thing. Fuck.
Alright. Failsy, you're really the only one that can even start to single out where the sound is coming from. You know it's from somewhere further towards the back of the manor.
Back him out of this
Everyone else
place.
just seems to almost be picking a random direction and running.
This way, boys, girls, this way.
Okay.
So you all start racing through the manor. I am going to need, as you all are running through without any caution, the manor is currently collapsing. So I am going to need you all, as you're running, to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid debris that is falling in.
Fair enough.
I also don't have any. Okay, that's a 10.
21.
16.
All right, all right,
18.
all right then. And Lionel, you do not have any. You do not have hardly any dexterity. Oh, Lionel rolled a 1. All right, so Lionel's going to take double damage from this. Failsy is going to get hit with a little bit as well. All right, so Failsy, at one point, a actual like just chunk of a ceiling beam falls down and clocks you in the shoulder,
Ah, shit.
and you take 7. Or you take not 7 points overall, but you would take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and due to your tiefling resistant, you take 1 point of fire damage. Lionel, on the other hand, takes 12 points because of a double die roll.
Beam falls like on him.
Yeah, as it probably the reason why it didn't fully collapse on top of you was because it landed on him first, and as it just tipped over his shoulder from breaking, it landed partially on you. Yeah, but he's still running behind you guys. He seems sturdy and hard to put down. Alright, but you all keep running. You can make another perception check at this point to get a better idea of where you're going.
Gotcha.
11.
17.
12.
Perception. 20.
Nice. Better.
That is super paranoid right now.
Alright, at this point, both Failsy and Brimstone, you actually start to actually work together as you sort of localize where this sound is coming from. It is coming from the back of the manor, but you also hear that it's coming a bit from the left-hand side, where you do remember the kitchen was.
Lee.
Yeah. And as you all start booking in that direction, this part of the manor hasn't caught a blaze yet, so you don't have to do anything, you can just run.
Okay.
But you all now hear very clearly the sounds of Lee very fiercely trying to fend someone off.
Mm-hmm.
Lionel, was there only the one?
There were some guards with her, but I don't think they survived the explosion.
This would just be what her and
Whatever that thing was.
All right.
Have to roll a background check to see what happens in the meantime while you guys have been running. Okay. As you all are getting closer, you can just hear a very pained just Lee scream out in pain as you just hear a very loud thump against one of the walls.
Oh no.
You hear
Brimstone, gun in hand. As soon as he sees whatever's attacking Lee, he's gonna shoot.
Alright. You all peel around the corner to see this same woman simply standing over Lee. No weapon in hand. Appears to have literally just bludgeoned him with her fist.
Okay.
I hope that popped up correctly.
It did.
It shows up on mine.
Alright.
Yep.
But you see her just standing over Lee, and she just slowly looks back over her shoulder towards all of you.
Hey.
My oh my. You're a bit late to the game.
Is Sonata visible?
You actually currently see the back end of the kitchen is completely caved in. and where you can see drag marks as if something heavy was moving along the ground, leaving the kitchen. This is an interesting display. Filzy, my darling, are these your friends?
Shut it.
Is that any way to talk to your dear old mumsy?
There's just a flash of emotions on Brimstone's face.
She turns towards all of you now. Lee currently is unconscious, still breathing on the ground behind her. Oh, come now. What are you all going to do with all of those weapons drawn? Attack me?
Oops, wrong button.
No.
I actually want to see if this one actually did like force damage and push her away.
I don't think it pushes. I think it just burns.
That's what I was looking at, and I hit the.
You actually
Rotation
sent it to
button.
us instead of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just click on the name, you don't click on the speech bubble.
Which is weird because you click on the speech bubble in your spells to open them up.
Well, you click on the
It's it's
Excuse me?
really. You click on the gear or
Yeah.
click on the name
You do the
itself.
opposite thing in the spells to do the different.
Yeah,
sound.
it's fucking weird.
Alright then.
Da
Alright,
Vinci is going to.
Were you actually gonna do that, Failsy, or were you just trying to see if it did have a push associated with it?
I was looking for push, but I was. Yeah, roll a high or low. If Falzy's next thing that comes out of her mouth is just a spew of acid. Low, she just gives into her rage. No, she.
Okay.
Words
Hold
come
it for
out.
now. Wow. And she sort of raises one of her hands towards you all.
Da Vinci is just going to try to quickly run around her.
About how far away is she?
The kitchen's not super huge. Well, actually, it is fairly large. It's a manor house, but from current positioning, you all at the entryway to the kitchen, though only really two of you can stand shoulder to shoulder in the entryway to be able to see what's happening. You're about 15, 20 feet from her.
Okay.
But you move in, Da Vinci?
He's going to try to run around her, following where the drag marks are.
My, aren't you testy? She just sort of watches as you do that and continues addressing the rest of the group.
Where's the girl?
Heading back to where she belongs. back to her dear old mumsy. Interesting, though. She sort of gives you a very bemused glance, Morgan.
She's just glare. If looks could kill.
And right now, Morgan, you do have a very sort of weirdly intense mixture of emotions radiating from within you.
Anxiety, not.
Yeah, but like an anger, of a weird relief, a stress. Just this constant, like, changing, uncertain emotion.
I think at this point Morrigan knows where those are coming from.
Yeah, it's pretty clear to you. It is coming from the moonlit area. Well, what's your ops plan? Your friend over there seems to have a
Curious idea that is without a doubt going to get him killed. But what's your all's plan?
Morgan just kind of gives this woman another glare and takes off after Givenchy.
Oh, interesting, interesting. At this point, Keta has moved, because I'm just assuming this is what she would do since this woman doesn't seem to be stopping you all. Keta has just moved to aid Lee.
Yeah, that's all right.
You watch as she does that, this figure actually sort of like, almost with a mildly disguised disgust, just sort of like, steps away.
Feelings. Ooh.
Personal displays of affection, don't like that.
There are way too many people in this kitchen.
But yeah, what are you and what are Failsy and Brimstone doing right now?
Felzy draws a pistol and holds it steady at her mother.
I keep forgetting you have a pistol.
Yeah, she does.
All right. Oh, little Failsy. What do you think that's going to do?
Haven't decided yet. Aims for her face.
She's making no motions to stop you.
What is Lionel doing?
Lionel, it kind of did pretty much, as I said before, he was keeping pace with you, Givenchy.
So
So at the moment you ran off, he was still following.
Okay.
She did sort of like look mildly impressed with the fact that he was running still.
Time period. Do we have gas stoves or wooden stoves?
This is an old manor, so it still has wood burning stoves.
So it can't blow up the kitchen.
I mean, not with what's currently inside it, and also there's a unconscious Lee in this room. Alright. Come on, guys, I need you to say what you're doing. You can't just not say anything.
Sorry.
thinking.
Well, given that Falsey doesn't know exactly how strong her mother is, I can't use meta knowledge going, I cannot fuck this person up. So I'm going to try and fuck this person up.
Alright. You're gonna try to shoot her?
Shoot her in the face because I'm not a child anymore.
Alright, go ahead and make a pistol shot. With your single shot pistol.
13.
That's a 13.
Alright. You watch as you shoot at her head, and you watch as the bullet skids off of her cheek. And she's just sort of like, just mildly like rubs it like, ow, that hurts. But you just watched as a bullet just skid off this woman's flesh.
Brimstone, these things don't work.
Brimstone, more knowledgeable about guns, that should have worked.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, we ain't ready for this.
Well, if you all are done being children, I have more important matters to attend to. Thursday, I'd love to see you at dinner. But until then, I'll be on my way. And she just turns and starts making to leave through the massive gaping hole in the side of the kitchen.
Brimstone is going to move to help Keta once she starts moving away.
All right. You do so. She's managed to get Lee back to consciousness with a healing word,
Mm-hmm.
but he is still out of it. Like, he's in no shape to be moved right now.
I'm gonna take off after Dravinci.
All right, then.
Is there still the sound of combat coming from not the kitchen?
No, that sound of combat appeared to be Lee trying to fight this woman off,
Oh, okay.
but just not being successful at all in the endeavor.
Okay.
So you have Da Vinci, Morgan, and Lionel that are following the bloody trail marks.
Well, were they bloody or were they just dragged?
It's like, it's not bloody, it is just it looks like something incredibly heavy was dragging itself along the ground.
Yeah.
You
So-
could see, like, the clawed indentions of footprints leading
Mhm.
off.
So after Brimstone makes sure that Lee is at least breathing and conscious, if not mentally all there, which fair, he'd follow after the rest of the group.
Alright, then.
Just Keta, stay here.
For now, she will.
Yeah.
Right, you are all following after whatever this creature was now. It appears to have gotten quite a bit of a lead on you,
Mm-hmm.
and seems to, by all accounts, as you're following in the trail it left, have absolutely no concern for whatever is in its way. Like, there are several occasions where you all are following after it in its trail. And you just see- Yeah, you see, like, broken walls, shattered fences, a building that has just been not capsized, but collapsed inwards. And what becomes even more gruesome as you are moving forward is that occasionally you see, like, half of a corpse just lying on the ground.
Da Vinci and Lionel are still giving chase.
Alright, then.
Brimstone eventually catching up to Failsy, just like, have you seen anything like what Lionel described?
Big monstrous creature. To Fauzi's knowledge, I don't think she has.
I mean, you've seen plenty of monsters in your time.
Big lizard specifically.
Yeah, with just the reference of big lizard, could be any number of strange monstrosities.
My wife? Question mark?
Yeah, like the drag lines before you are too indistinct that without taking time and stopping to investigate them, you wouldn't have
No,
any
it's not.
indication of what they are.
Yeah, no time to stop and examine things when we can just catch up to the thing.
Yeah.
Anthony. As you all are running forward, you do see that woman sail overhead on her wings, just leaving towards the center of the city.
If only I had more range. I try and blow a wing off.
Brimstone just like watching her fly.
You got big guns?
Failsy, we ain't ready for that.
It is as you all are starting to get towards the northern market, you start to hear a commotion.
How did this thing get past us and head back there?
It might have already broken away by the time you guys were running up.
Yeah.
You all were too focused on getting to the manor to notice it,
That's fair.
based on passive perceptions of characters present.
Yeah, it's almost like none of us have good perception except for Keta.
And even then, Keta wouldn't have had a high enough roll for that.
Yeah, and even then Keta's isn't super great. Like a 13 or a 15.
Okay, so as you all are getting close to the northern market, you all hear these sounds of guards actually reacting to something, several loud roars, and concerns concerned citizens in as much as the citizens of the city can be concerned.
Like, oh, that's probably not good. We shouldn't go that way.
It's like the most monotone screaming. Like the volume is incredibly loud. Yeah, the volume is incredibly loud, but it's just
I'm just thinking of the guards from Monty Python. One guard gets stabbed. Hey.
pretty much actually.
Okay. Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you all would be breaking into the northern market at this point, and you do see this creature currently standing in the center of the market, moving through it. A quadrupedal large lizard, no wings, but just a long extended neck dragging itself across the ground. For a comparison, almost looks a bit like a plesiosaurus, but it's like a, for the sake of a character comparison, it looks a bit like a plesiosaurus, but it's dragon.
Like a Komodo dragon?
Kinda, but it has a really long neck.
It's like a snake with legs almost.
Yeah, like a snake with legs and a really fat body.
Okay. It's not dragging anything with it, it's just itself.
You do see that currently, you don't, well, actually, you'd have to make a perception check to see if it's dragging anything.
Okay.
Because you all are literally breaking into the scene as it's moving through the center of the market square.
I would like to make that perception check.
Yeah, you can all make it. You're all together.
Yeah. That's a
7. Not rolling great.
13.
Perception 2.
Alright then.
Fails these two focused on. Why didn't this fucking thing work? Works so well for Brimstone, what the fuck?
Fair.
Brimstone's my gun dud.
Brimstone and Morrigan.
Mm-hmm.
The creature does not have anything, but you do currently see the woman taking back into the air something in her arms.
It was a distraction!
And at this point, the creature turns to look at all of you. And just lets out this billowing.
Fuck.
And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Ah!
It's my token.
I completely forgot to make a battle map for this, so we're going to be theatering the mind it.
Okay.
Okay.
However, it's a pretty easy situation to get a grasp on. Just throw your tokens onto the field for the sake of putting yourself
Somewhere.
into turn order.
Let's take a quick twin spell.
Alright, Javinci, just roll your initiative again, and we can put it in.
Twin spell.
Should be 11.
Twin spell only has to target one person,
Alrighty.
and its sorcery points equal to spell level.
It needs to target one creature. Never mind.
Yeah. Only
He's
capable of
on air
targeting
attack
one.
spells.
Yep.
Alright, and
Air attack or
this creature... It's got
So
a
you can't
plus
twin spell like
one.
magic.
Got a +1 to magic missile. +1 to magic missile, no.
Oh, +1 to magic missile rolls.
No, it's got a +1 to initiative.
I'm kind of lacking a shield at the moment, so oops.
It's got a 16 on initiative.
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?
What?
To be fair, it did just roar at us, and this is a completely new thing for all of us, so fair. The momentary setback of, oh, fuck!
Hey, keep in mind, you'd be far in the back because
Accurate.
Da
Yeah,
Vinci and Lionel would have been there way before the rest of you.
Accurate.
Oh yeah, I need to roll for Lionel as well.
Yes.
Lionel has an absolutely crap dexterity modifier,
Well, he's got that plate.
but he rolled a 19.
Hey!
So his initiative is 18.
So he goes after Failsy before Brimstone.
Yes.
Of course, Da Vinci's last in the turn order.
Again, this is a completely new thing, and it just yelled at you, essentially.
Alrighty then.
Anthony Hopkins as Odin went rawr at you.
Just the hobo is scared.
Yep. All right, so Monogon, you're first in initiative. You're currently, when you guys broke into this place, you all are currently about 60 feet away from this thing.
Okay, so it's not close enough for that ability yet.
Yeah, you guys start off about 60 feet away from it, and due to the debris on the ground, the 15 feet directly around it at this moment is difficult terrain because it is surrounded by destroyed vendor stalls.
Makes
Fair
sense.
enough. Well, she's just going to give off an opening salvo of Eldritch Blast, and am I at the level where I get to fire off 2 of those yet?
Yes.
You should be level 5, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, blast the first.
19. A 19 will hit.
Okay, I will roll my damage.
Alright, I need to get my notepad out to keep track of this thing's health.
Okay.
Might be a good idea.
That's 8 force damage.
Where's my health tracking note sheet? There it is.
I'll wait till you get that set up before I fire off the next one, okay?
All good.
Good to go?
I meant like all good to say thank you for waiting.
Oh. Sorry.
It's chill. You did 8 damage for the first one. Alright. And second one?
25.
25. 19 hits, so 25 is definitely gonna hit.
That's too high.
Too high, went all the way around and missed.
12 force damage, almost
Oh,
max.
suck. Yeah.
Alright, so
very
a total
close.
of 20 damage in one round. Nice.
Nice.
Alright. Are you just staying in place or just fire? Are you just firing off those 2 blasts and staying in place, or are you moving forward at all?
She fired off the 2 blasts to start with, and then she's going to start closing in on it because for some of her abilities, she needs to get in a little closer.
Alright, you put yourself within 30 feet with your movement.
Yeah.
I don't know what abilities you want to use after that,
Uh,
but you are within 30 feet now. And you still have your bonus action.
well,
From memory?
then perfect. Bonus action. Hexblade's Curse.
Alrighty then.
Would have been nice to do that the other way around, but fair. Either way.
It's fine.
Yeah,
I
either way,
wanted-
it still works. No, I get it.
Yeah, I wanted to get in the opening salvo before moving in closer.
No,
It also
no.
just
I get
it
you.
also just makes sense to immediate reaction. Shoot it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Just
All right.
bap,
So-
move in.
Yep, that's your whole turn done. It is Hexblade cursed.
Yes.
Failsy, it's your turn.
All of Failsy's rage against her mother is now directed
Right,
against this thing. Yes. From her pocket, she's going to pull out a little charm. It is, what is it called? The Boros charm.
Ooh.
All of your hate failed.
Yes.
Remind me of what that one does.
The Boros charm has 3 different spells and will be removed after use. I think I've got a whiteout here somewhere. Boros charm. You can cast Christina's Mantle, Haste, or Guiding Bolt. I was
Alright.
going to cast Haste myself.
Ooh.
All right, you cast
Nice.
haste on yourself. Keep in
Very
mind that the additional action from haste can only be used to make a single attack roll. As I have established, it cannot be used to cast a spell.
I can't be used to cast spells.
No.
Haste explicitly lists what actions can be done.
But it does make you faster and raises your AC, so it's good that you have it.
Yes.
So note down that your AC is currently 2 higher, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a plus
Right.
2 bonus to AC, advantage on dex saves, an additional action that can be used to attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use object.
Okay, so it's 18 now.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good. That's better than me.
Better than me.
Probably about. Yeah. Fails the highest AC of the party because she's fast.
Just gets
Yeah,
out of the
mule.
middle attack. All right,
What's
so
acid breath is an attack or a spell?
activating the charm because it is using an item counts as an action. By the way.
Yes, so I figured that would be the case.
Yeah, and as you use it, the charm breaks, and you can feel your body start accelerating as the world around you seems to slow down. And your little Chewinga friend manifests onto your shoulder to maintain the spell,
Oh, that's nice.
because the charm came from it. It's maintaining the spell,
Oh, Failsy doesn't even have to concentrate on it. That's
Oh.
awesome.
but it will automatically lose if it takes any. It will automatically lose focus on the spell if it takes any damage, because it will die.
Fair.
You would have to use your main action to use that ability. Haste can only be used to make a melee attack.
Yeah, a weapon attack.
Well, weapon attack, but
but
weapon
you try to
attack,
shoot it.
dash, disengage, hide.
Yeah, you try to shoot it.
Yeah, you have a gun. You try shooting it.
I'm gonna have to shoot it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could move
Just
30
hitting
feet
that-
to get within range and then back 30 feet.
All right. So you're gonna try to shoot it with your additional hasted action.
Shoot it with the problem solver. Should also mark off a bullet.
You should.
I'm assuming you reloaded in the time it took to get here.
Yes, as she was trying to figure out why does this thing not work.
Fair enough.
Where's my gun? I've got too many attacks.
You have a lot of attacks.
Failsy is our fucking
Shoot
armada.
her!
16.
All right. For a change, your bullet actually does get into this creature's hide. I think this
Bang.
might be one of the first successful times you've shot something.
I think it was the first
With the
successful type
gun,
shot.
at least.
That was a total of 9 damage.
Nice.
That's still pretty good. It's above average.
All right. And do you have anything you're doing as a bonus action?
I don't think I have any bonus action spells.
Yeah, and reloading the gun takes an action since you're not of the class that uses the gun.
Still takes me an attack to do it. So.
Yeah, it can either. I think it takes you an attack right now, and at future levels, it will only take you a bonus action to reload your guns. But that's because
Yes.
you're a professional with them.
Yes, it's like 13th level, so I'm nowhere near close to it anyway.
But because Failsy is hasted right now, every turn
Yeah.
they technically can shoot and fire, or shoot and reload.
Accurate.
All right, so 9 damage to this creature.
And I'll move in closer. Double check what haste does.
Should
It
double
doubles your movement
as
speed.
well.
So you have
So,
60 feet.
yeah, you get within 45 feet of it, then it becomes difficult terrain. Does haste make you ignore non-magical
No.
difficult terrain?
No.
So you're still 5 foot out from it, like 5 foot out of being able to stab it.
If you want to get that close.
Yeah, if you want to get
Yes.
that close.
I'll
Okay, you
get
want to
that
get that
close.
close.
I want
Okay.
to destroy this thing.
Failsy wishes to devour its flesh.
All right. Lionel is going to just rush forward, not able to get quite to this creature yet due to difficult terrain, but he is just taking the dash action to get as close as he can, getting himself pretty much right up next to Failsy. Brimstone.
Checking right quick. Don't hit that yet. Activating the brand doesn't take an action, just as part of an attack, right?
Yeah, it is done as part of an attack.
I'm going to load one of the lightning sniper rounds that I have into the Mercy, take a knee. I'm going to spend a grit for Deadeye and activate the brand.
Alrighty then.
D4.
I've never given you the stats for the lightning bullets, have I?
No, because I haven't used them yet.
Alright
And
then.
you
Let me
said
go.
you-
Let me find that real quick.
Yeah. and you said you'd give them to me if it hit.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack roll.
I'm
Did
gonna
I
roll.
give you advantage, doesn't it?
Yes, that gives me advantage.
All right.
Yeah. Here's Brimstone just loading a nuke.
20.
All right. Luckily, it was not the. Luckily, you had the advantage.
Yeah. If I wouldn't have had it, would have missed, and I still would have taken all that damage.
Yep.
Okay.
So 20 hits.
Okay.
For the lightning, roll the base damage for the gun.
Okay. So base damage.
Roll the damage for your brand.
I gotta roll how many dice I do first.
Yeah, you get to. So you take 3 points of fire damage.
Yep.
Not reduced, as you know.
Yep.
It's going to take 6 points of hellfire damage, and then roll an additional d8's worth of lightning damage. Another 3. So in total, 22 points of 22 or 24? 22?
22.
Oh wait, no,
No, 25.
25 points of damage. Nice.
Yep.
And now mark down that the lightning elemental rounds add an additional d8 of lightning damage on top of the weapon's standard damage.
Yep. What the radiant wants to do.
Alright.
And then, I guess I'll use my other attack to reload.
Alright, go ahead and just reload Mercy.
Yep.
You want to move forward at all or staying in your current position?
Nope.
Fair enough.
I want to stay as far away from this thing as possible.
That's
as
fair.
I don't hit things.
Alright, so
Close.
the opening salvo of Morrigan's Eldritch Blast hit this creature, sort of momentarily knocking it out of its senses for a brief moment. Failsy, you immediately clip it sort of in its underbelly with a bullet, and then Brimstone, you follow it up with a very vicious shot to its neck. It's taken damage, but it's holding firm, and it sees 2 people directly in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna start biting. It moves forward to bridge the distance between you all, and it is going to take its multi-attack.
Fair.
It's going to take a... You know what? It's going to take a claw attack against Failsy, and then a bite attack against Leonel.
Is there anything left to bite of Leonel?
He's still a whole body.
Yeah, he just has the hole in his soft bits.
Yep.
That has been trailing soft bits since the
Alright,
tree.
so that is going to be an 18 to hit Failsy,
Damn, that's
Try-
expensive.
and a 17 to hit Lionel.
Lionel.
So it hits Failsy and it misses Lionel. So you got hit with the claw attack, which is... Ooh, okay. That's going to be 9 points of slashing damage as it rakes you with a claw. It goes to bite down on Lionel, but Lionel basically brings up his shield to let it catch onto it, and it can't close its mouth around him. That is the monster's turn. Dravinche.
Da Vinci is just a question. How far did it move up towards the group?
Because it already had 2 people directly in front of it, it only moved forward about 10 feet.
Okay, and
So there's-
Morrigan was about 30 feet away from it, correct?
Yeah. Morrigan's about... So right now, 2 of the party members are right against it. Morrigan is currently about 20 feet away from it. And the direct 5 foot in front of it is difficult terrain, but that doesn't really matter.
Hmm.
Because moving into difficult
Okay.
terrain is still getting you in the correct thread and square.
Da Vinci is going to twirl around in his hobo clothes, having them spin all around him. And he's going to shout, Morgan, get in there! As if you accept and use your reaction, Morgan will then teleport to behind the creature
Oh, nice.
using Knight's move.
She will accept this.
All right, you can't put her behind the creature because this is a huge creature.
Ah,
But you
to
can
the
put
side
her,
of the creature then.
Yeah, you can put her to the side of the creature.
And it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
How?
All right. What is its wisdom score? All right. That is a 17, no modifier.
Okay, it passed, so she doesn't have advantage, but she is now right in the position to get in at it.
All right.
Hammer.
And Da Vinci is going to
Oh, that's a bonus.
run in, flourishing one of his swords. And he's going to try to cut at it.
All right. What's your movement speed?
40 right now.
All right, so you can't get quite into melee range with it because you guys were initially 60 feet away from it. It's only moved forward 10 feet, so you'd still be 10 feet away.
Mhm.
Then
Plus two.
Rewan pulling out the sword. Da Vinci is going to huck a dagger at it.
All right, go ahead and make a dagger attack. That hits.
6 piercing, but let me just... When you take the attack action, make a weapon attack on your turn, and the attack hits the target, you can immediately cast one Spell Dancer cantrip.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So that dagger is going to, trailing behind it, almost in the same action as the throw, have a firebolt flying behind it.
All right, go ahead and roll for the firebolt attack. All right, 19 hits.
Ooh!
Nice.
That was a tasty damage roll.
Yeah, no kidding.
So a total of
16
20
fire damage, totaling to 22
22
damage.
Alrighty then.
And Da Vinci would have moved up towards it.
Alrighty then. Yeah, so you're within 10 feet of it now. Doing math. Doing math. You guys do a lot of damage. It's hard to balance encounters.
Accurate.
Yeah, it's almost like we've been playing this version of D&D for a while and know how to build our characters.
It's almost like there's a bunch of things that aren't actually in this version of D&D you're getting to use.
That too.
Oh,
Yeah.
brew, it's hard to balance around.
I feel you do a pretty
Hey.
good job.
I do a good job for you all, not for me. I need to make things stronger.
Hey, you suggested.
Actually, almost all the homebrew in this campaign came from you guys. Anyways,
The one I'm using, you suggested to me.
well, that's because you wanted to be a gun boy.
Fair.
I knew of a gun boy. Alright, so we're back around to Morgan's turn. You are suddenly next to the creature.
Which means he is in Moonlit Aria range.
Yep.
It's in shanking range.
And since he's Hexblade Curse, that means I have to use the other clickable.
Question. Given that she's teleported now closer, could she maneuver to be within flanking?
Technically, yes. Flanking a huge creature is a weird thing, but technically, yes.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll do that first, and then my 2 attacks. Because
I will
Thirsting
point out
Blade.
that it would be her decision to do that, not your decision to suggest that. Okay, but anyways. So you move around, and you're going to be using your sword to attack.
Yeah, and because of Thirsting Blade, I get 2.
Yep.
It would be 26, and this I do have. Da, da, da.
All right, that hits.
13 slashing. Magical, if that matters.
It does not with this creature.
Okay.
Actually, your modifier should be changed on that. You should have another one. Because your proficiency modifier went up.
You also add your proficiency modifier to damage rolls because of Hexblade Scars.
Oh, I
Yeah.
get.
Yeah. It's your +2 mod, but since level 5 we got +3, it's another one, so it's 14 damage.
Okay, well, I guess just.
We'll
for
change.
this,
Well,
I'll
we'll
fix
worry
it
about it.
after my turn.
Yeah.
All right.
Just saying.
25.
Okay.
All right, 25. That definitely hits.
So 13.
So that would be a total of 27 points of damage.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Okay, and I don't think I have anything I can do that's bonus action, so.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have any bonus action, so.
No hacks?
All right, Motogun, how would you like to do this?
Oh!
Yeah!
We murder already.
Yeah!
Basically, just. She's pissed that this was a distraction. Very upset of everything, and with Javinche basically giving her quite the opening move, just maneuvers into position, and I guess cleanly in 2 cuts takes the thing's head off.
Alrighty then. You slice its head off and it drops to the ground, dead. Alright. For the moment, things seem to be quiet, as it just lies lifeless on the ground. What are you all doing?
Okay, we need to get moving. Either back to the manor, or I don't know. Try to find some other place.
Brimstone is going to scan the skies with the scope to see if he sees the woman.
You do, but she is in the far distance at this point. Already flying away before the combat started and just kept flying the entire time.
How far is far away?
For the sake of this, far enough.
Okay. An arbitrary number away from any shot that I can make. Not the Brimstone one, anyway. It was more to see if she was still visible and if she was coming this way or going. But okay.
You can still see her in the very far distance, flying towards the castle. Either she has an incredibly fast fly speed, or at some point she might have teleported. Alright.
We should go back to the manor and we should see if Keeper's still alive.
Okay, let's move. As long as we don't stay here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alright then.
As he gives the thing a kick before going. Before spitting
We're
out.
just running for about another minute before.
Alright, so you just kick it on the way out.
As he's sending out obscenities in like Eldritch horror speak. I forgot what she
Alright then.
speaks.
Lionel, Montgun, and
Abyssal.
Real quick, I'm just gonna, just to make sure I did it right, I'm gonna click on the Hexblade thing and damage, and if y'all could tell me if I did it right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I programmed it right. Or changed the dilly bopper about it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
We could do something after game that to make it a bit easier.
Yeah, we'll worry about that after game.
Yeah.
All right then. As
Where
you all are
Lionel go?
turning to head back to Keeper's Manor, Dravenche, what's your AC?
17.
All right. You all hear a burbling sound behind you as both Dravenche and Lionel suddenly are snapped up in this creature's jaws.
Ah!
As those of you who turn back around notice it now has 3 heads.
Motherfucker, it's a Hydra! Is Hexblade's curse still on it because of that?
Yeah,
Yeah, it hasn't.
didn't
died
really
yet.
address the fact, but you never got the health back.
Yeah. Well,
But you were already still at full health, so...
Yeah, Morrigan never taken damage either.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so 1 hit against Dravenche, 1 hit against Lionel. Another head tried to snap at Dravenche, but missed due to him being bitten by one of the other heads. And now you guys probably are going to realize why I showed you a Hydra in the before game chat. Dravenche, you take 13 points of piercing damage as this creature snaps its jaws down around you. Lionel takes an amount.
Fook.
The fight is back on.
On them.
So whose turn is it now?
Morrigan had just taken her turn. We're gonna maintain the same turn order, so Failsy, it would be your turn.
Elsie's still screaming out eldritch horror, abyssal curses, and just her curses start turning to acid. So she'll shout this thing to death, and she spews out acid breath.
Nice.
Alright, are you gonna be using your specialty acid breath, or are you casting dragon breath on yourself?
Elsie's specialty.
Gotcha. Show us that specialty.
She's literally foaming at the mouth.
Throws out an 8d8 worth of.
Yep.
It must make
It has to make a dexterity saving throw. You gotta check his dexterity mod again. Okay.
Did that fall out. Eight d8.
Alright, it fails the saving throw.
Taking
Nice.
max damage then.
Well,
It takes
Full
whatever
damage.
you roll. It does not take max damage.
yeah, full damage.
A question.
What's that?
Is Dravenche technically grappled?
You are not technically grappled, because it is not trying to grapple you. It's just in this moment, it bit down on you. You'll be able to get out of it on your turn.
Okay.
I'm also going to say this as a metagaming sense. Your characters don't know what a Hydra is.
Yeah. I just said what it was because I recognized it out above game.
I know, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah,
So
this is
28
this is a
points.
new thing for all of us.
Not bad.
28 acid just blasting through.
So you just turn around just like, fuck! And just...
I'm firing my laser!
Fails his hyper beam.
28. Gotta love the math. Gotta love the math. I love the math. Talking about that math. Alright. Failsy, you got your acid breath off. That's your action. Are you going to try to shoot it? Or technically you could only reload your gun since you didn't reload it yet.
If I've still got haste on, then I'm going to sprint in and whack it with my stick.
Alright, you sprint in and give it a whap.
Okay.
Bear in mind,
So
this is your
that's-
normal staff, not your staff of defense.
They are both the same in damage. My glass staff of defense doesn't do anything better in attack.
Okay.
Also, I don't have my glass staff.
I was just telling you in case you had it on your sheet program still.
I still have it
I didn't
programmed
remember
on
if it had any
sheet.
bonuses to attack.
Oh, whap.
Weapon.
Fuck you!
That is gonna hit.
9 bludgeoning.
Nice.
Alrighty then. All right then. All right. As you spew acid and then run up to whack this creature, you actually watch as one of its heads sort of slavs off. The head that was actually biting down on Dravince just sort of slavs off.
I beheaded it with a stream of acid.
Yeah, you just melted the fucking bone. Felzy just vomits out an acid blade.
Alrighty then. Is that your turn, Felzy?
Yeah.
Alright. Lionel. He's been bit. He does not like this fact. He is going to try to mash. He's going to monster mash this monster.
I do not approve.
Oh, does he have hammers?
He actually has a mace.
Ah.
It's not a great weapon, but
So he's gonna monster badge for
Yeah.
the monster match.
unfortunately he goes to like hit at it, but can't quite get the angle on it as he pries himself out of the jaws and misses. Gonna try one more time. Second time does hit. He manages to clock it in the jaw with a mace hit. Ooh, does not roll great damage though. Alright, so you watch as he misses the first time as it lets go of him to get away, but as it sort of is going back in for another bite, he manages to clock in its lower jaw. Brimstone.
Alright, do it again. Spend that point for Deadeye shot. Load in the sniper round. Take the shot. 23.
Alrighty then. How many grip points do you have, by the way? I forget how that works. for you.
That was my last one.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have 2.
Gotcha.
This is my lightning damage.
I'm assuming as many
Alright.
grip points as his con save will allow.
No, it's by level. I only have 2.
Mm.
And then 2d8 of fire. I take 6,
Alright.
I take 12.
You do have to announce you're loading specific rounds in. Otherwise, I'm
Oh.
going to assume you were loading normal rounds.
That's right. I meant lightning. My bad.
Okay. I'll permit it this time, but you have to say it in the future.
I thought I did, but I realized I didn't. So, my bad.
Alright. So you
I
take
also meant to announce the brand. Fuck. Meant to do that too.
Right.
It's been a while since I've attacked.
All good. It's been a while
Yeah.
since any of you have attacked. There's not been a lot of combat here recently.
Exactly. Okay.
I have to do math though, because you did a lot of damage.
So 21.
I'm still doing math from the previous round,
Sorry.
but it's easier to do with what was happening in the previous round.
So I did 38.
All right. Your shot rings through and just pretty much eviscerates the head that Lionel was combating.
Okay.
It sort of just slavs off the body as well.
Is the Hellfire brand only once per? Or can I use it on as many attacks as I want?
I believe we have it set up to just as long as you're willing to take the damage.
Alright, so I'll switch to my revolver, and this was just normal round at normal. I'll trigger the brand again now. Gun misfires.
Yep. Your gun misfires. As you go to activate the Hellfire brand, the fire that creeps along your arm to enter the gun actually sets off the gunpowder before the gun has a chance to properly rotate into the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a... Is that actually a natural 1 for you?
Yes.
Yeah, so because it was actually a natural 1, I'm going to roll for severity to see if it's something that can be repaired easily or not.
Yeah, because I can't change the misfire modifier on it.
Alright. it set the bullet off, but you got lucky in that it didn't completely blow out the chamber. It probably takes some time to repair, but it's not utterly destroyed.
Yeah. Okay.
It like blew out the side of the actual chamber of the barrel, but the chamber of the bullet, but not the chamber of the gun. So it's not a good thing, but it didn't completely ruin your gun.
Mm-hmm.
You still did hefty damage this round, though. Mark down that Mercy currently is not reloaded, though.
Yeah. The revolver it was spent. No, I didn't hit. Okay. I don't have anything I can do as a bonus action, so that's it.
You don't have anything you can do as a bonus action, you said?
Nope. Yeah.
Okay, then.
I'm good.
You all watch as there is again that weird burbling sound. As from where the 2 heads were just destroyed, 4 heads emerge.
Wow. Fuck. Okay.
Regrows 2 heads for every 1 head lost. It's a Hydra.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys do a lot of damage, but this thing has some very slight regenerative capabilities.
Slight.
Well, it does not regain that much health every time this happens.
Still,
it does
regrowing
get
heads in a matter of 6 seconds.
That's how it works.
I know. It's a bit more
All
than
right.
slight.
Yeah, it's aggressive regeneration.
Yeah.
All right, so it now it's its turn. Its new heads don't get to attack on the turn they spawn because I was trying to be a little bit nice to you guys with that one.
Mm-hmm.
So it only gets 1 attack this turn as the new heads respawn. Dravinche, Lino, Filzy. Currently, Filzy is definitely the biggest threat right next to it. So it's going to attack Filzy. That's a 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's going to be 8 points of piercing damage as it crunches down on your frame. It seems to be foregoing its claws in favor of its biting.
Jump up your ass and die!
Quick question. Do I still need to roll for the brand and all that? Because I still used it even though it didn't work.
Yeah, you still activate it, so you still have to take the damage whether or not the attack hits.
Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, if you have to elect to use the brand before you make the attack.
Right. Okay.
So whether or not it hits, you still have to take the damage. That's kind of the drawback of that weapon.
Yep.
That thing being
okay.
powerful. Alright, so, Dravinche.
Okay. Dravinche quickly getting back up. Grabs his cutlass and a dagger.
Alright.
He's an armed hobo.
That hobo's armed! Get him!
And going to make 2 attacks.
Alright, 27 is definitely going to hit.
So that's
Alright.
8
Uh,
plus.
do you have momentum from the beginning of a combat?
I get momentum when I hit with the weapon, which I hit with the dagger, and I get momentum when I hit with the cantrip, which I hit with the firebolt.
Okay. Does it maintain it even if a turn goes by, like without you doing anything? I forget. Technically, a turn bit went by without the combat continuing.
Okay, then no, I would have lost momentum
quite a-
there.
You guys got a chance to talk for a couple of seconds, so a couple of turns went by.
Okay.
That's fair. So just 6.
And now you
but-
start your momentum.
But now I am building momentum, which will then lead into the dagger.
Nice.
That's what I've been hoping for.
Subtract 4 from that. I accidentally clicked the wrong dagger, but that's still 9 damage.
All right then. Does
And-
momentum double? Because it's not a dice roll. Did you only double
It does
dice
not
roll?
double.
Okay, so it'd be
But-
one
It's 4
plus-
plus 4 plus 1.
okay. 4 plus 4 plus 1.
So technically,
And-
it's 2-weapon fighting.
And as his swords
9.
as his sword swings out,
It took my
Suddenly-
brain too long to process that.
suddenly lightning arcs across the blade.
Nice. Very nice.
All right. Shocking grasp cannot take reactions.
So
Another 8.
that is another 8.
All right, another 8. We did 9 before. Total of 17 damage. Alrighty.
And that is his turn.
All right then. Mulligan,
Yeah.
it is now your turn again. This creature has bitten down on your companions, and for some reason it got back up after dying. You still feel the Hexblade's curse curled around it, though.
Okay, she is definitely getting in there. And just because of a suspicion of hers, because I unfortunately can't fully separate my meta knowledge, at least from mythology, from this, she's aiming for body hits over the necks.
All right.
I mean, given what we've seen, that's a fair assumption to make.
21.
21 hits. 12 points of slashing damage. Nice. You watch as another one of its heads slows and falls off, even as you attack at the body. It just
Oh.
seems one of the heads just loses tension and just drops.
No time to think
Oh.
about that. She is going in for another body strike.
All right, go ahead and roll. 23 will hit.
17. That was a max damage roll.
Yeah, it
Yep.
was. Very nice. Very nice.
Max damage roll, and you watch as another one of the heads suddenly goes limp. It's
She-
almost like you're cutting the tendons in the back that are connecting them to the body.
So instead of just falling off the whole head with the neck roll,
Yeah, it's like the heads are just going limp and falling over.
or rather where the neck connects to the main neck stump.
I picture Morgan being strategic and slashing at the body. Da Vinci's out in front, just going, "What the hell is this thing?" while flailing madly.
You know,
Right,
The way you describe that, Ash, it just made me think of this blooper I saw from one of the Showa era Godzilla movies where two of the piano wires for Ghidorah's heads weren't working anymore.
That's basically what's happening. It's just like the other three heads are like, "Rah, rah," and the two heads are just like, "Rah." And like twitching but unable to lift themselves up.
Okay.
I'm hungry, but I can't lift myself up.
Okay, and just reading this real fast. Yes, it is a bonus action. And I do have to cast it at a higher level
Hmm.
Oof.
because of
Warlock.
Warlock.
All your slots are at that level.
All right, what you casted?
I am
Got it.
going to cast Hex on it.
Nice.
All right,
I
go ahead and pop
just-
hex into the chat.
I have to real fast tell it that because it brings up the input value, so I had to tell it 3.
Okay.
And
I think it just increases how long.
How
it
long you can
lasts.
concentrate on it.
Yeah. So if I can keep up concentration on it, it'll stay on for 8 hours.
Okay.
Good.
And
What
let's-
ability are you affecting?
Let's go with strength.
All right. So any strength ability checks it shall make in the future shall be made at disadvantage.
Which means it has a harder time trying to grapple us with Trist,
Yeah.
I think.
If it even cares to do that.
Yeah. We'll see.
All right. So is that your turn, Morgan?
Yes, and everybody, feel free to take your time on your turns because I cannot wait for a bio break. I have to go pee.
Okay. Failsy.
Bailey's gonna blow this thing up.
Oh god.
All right. What are you doing with it? What are you blowing up? You can
She's-
currently only see the front of the creature, and it's kind of obfuscating your view behind it.
She's going to pick up a point underneath it. That's at least 20 feet away from herself.
All right. You were about 10 to 15 feet away from the creature.
Didn't she have to get right up on it to smack it though?
Oh no,
Cool.
yeah, you are currently like right against it.
Although
So if
it
you were to
can't-
pick a point underneath it, there's no way you can get that. Yeah, the only points you can see that are 20 feet away from the creature, but not, or 20 feet away from you, also 20 feet away from the creature.
Although presently it's got lightning arc in its body, so kinetic reaction. So you could move away. Or you could use your... I shouldn't be saying this. It's your decision.
Yep.
And then shut up.
How much taller is this thing than I am?
Its back is it like from where you're currently looking at it, its stomach is practically dragging the ground. Thus why it was leaving a drag mark. And its back goes about 10 feet into the air. It is a huge creature.
Probably
Oh.
blow it up above it.
Now I'll just pick a point that's 20 feet above and set off an acid wave. Rain acid on it.
Nice. Literal acid rain. I like that.
All right, I have to. I realize how the spell is worded, but the fact that it's changed to acid and not fire, I have to point out the fact that you're literally going to make it rain acid on everything below that point.
Hmm. That's why I was trying to pick like a point that is it and not me.
I know, but the situation you currently cannot see behind it or underneath it.
Who is next to me?
Currently, Lionel, Javinche, and Morrigan are all like within 10 to 15 feet of you.
Yeah, the only one who's not close to you
Is Brimstone, who is still 60, no, at this point, 50 feet back.
Yeah.
45
Yeah.
feet back, because this thing moved forward again when it started attacking you guys again.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I'm far enough away. I would
Not
be the
in-
only one
not in
not
nippy
caught
bitey
in
range.
Yeah. Where I like to be. The only damage I've taken is the damage I choose to take.
It's self-inflicted damage.
Pretty much. Just trying to burn this thing down.
So let's see then. This is why I didn't stop flinging spells at dear mother in the middle of the kitchen.
Yeah.
All my spells just cause so much collateral damage.
It's almost like you should be more considerate of everyone around you.
But it's
That's
failing.
lame.
Yeah.
This is why wizards take the evocation.
Yeah,
subclass.
yeah, that's why evocation wizards are a very common archetype. You can just drop a fireball and not give a shit.
Well, technically, it's dropping a fireball and giving a lot of shits.
You can drop a fireball. You can drop a fireball without concern for your party members because you know they'll be fine.
Exactly. Thus, giving a lot of shits. Alright, so, what are you doing, Failsy?
Well, I'll cast a spell on myself, Elemental Breath.
Alright.
And then use my actual action to... Oh, no, it's a bonus action anyway.
Yes.
My actual action is an attack, and so I can breathe twice?
You have to make a weapon attack as the hasted
Okay.
action.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright,
It
then I'll
specifically
just-
calls out a weapon attack.
Alright,
So you can bonk it with your staff again after you breathe on it.
I'll do that then.
Yep.
Oh, I can upcast this. What does upcasting do?
Gives you one more die, I think.
Okay.
Keep breathing acid on it.
Abuski. And I'll drop that.
Alrighty then.
So that's a total of 46.
Alright.
Still spewing at obscenities, but I'm going to read this thing of fire.
In fire. Okay.
Oh.
I'm
Fair.
surprised, but alright.
Yeah, right?
She is spitting bad flames at this. She's a flame. She's going on a flame war.
She's
Failsy
rapping at
released
it.
her latest rap album.
Alright.
Spitting fire.
It rolled a natural 20 on the saving throw, so go ahead and roll the damage.
Damn it.
I can't type in numbers into the advanced roll.
You just have to roll
Fifteen.
46. Just do
Yeah, well.
/R 46.
I think Failsy uses the
I
the
was
box.
using the advanced roller, but you can't like highlight and just replace it with a number. You have to use the arrows. It's a little bit
Yeah.
annoying.
Takes
14.
7.
So
Alright,
total of
14, so it takes 7 points of fire damage. You actually watch as flames lick up this thing's form, and it actually seems to absorb some of the element into itself, taking on a red hue on its body.
What a bit.
Still takes the damage, but you don't know what that just did. The first time it's saved against elemental damage.
Yeah, because mine aren't a choice.
Yeah, it just has to take... Oh god, if it's somehow saved against your Hellfire, that'll be so bad for everyone.
Oh, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Be
because
really bad for
Hellfire is
Vinci.
not fire damage. It is Hellfire. It's a completely
Yeah.
different damage type.
No, I know. So I said, oh yeah, wouldn't it? Really bad for Da Vinci.
But yeah, you watch as the flames lick across its form, and the three mouths still standing suddenly fill with flame. Right.
And whackings. I hit you with my whacking stick.
Alright, give it a wick.
22.
That stick's doing a good job. Hit, go
Yeah,
ahead,
no
go right
kidding.
at it. Give it the whap.
8 whappage.
8 whappage, gotcha.
Whap.
It is starting to... You watch as it's starting to get pretty unsteady on its feet at this point, though. You could already see the burbling of the two head stump, or like the two the two
Next
heads
stump.
that are currently sort of lax on its body. You could see the base of them start to bubble. Alright, but 8 damage. So that's not good at math, not good at math. I have completed math. Lionel is going to desperately try to bash this thing's head off. Because that is all he can do.
I was thinking of like handing him the ability to breathe fire, but I don't think he'll trust my magic.
Probably not. Lionel, you failure. This
He's
thing
trying.
one of those hit at least.
Look, man, he's trying.
Funny,
Okay, I'm back.
funny enough,
Alright then.
funny enough, when you asked for Da Vinci's AC, I thought Lionel was smacking him for some reason.
No.
That or the
Were you casting magic?
Battle frenzy.
city guard just comes rushing in to arrest us.
All right. Brimstone. Lionel swing. You see Lionel swing twice at it, and only one of them connect again, not really seeming to do very much damage. To catch you up, Modagon, about what has happened and transpired in the time you were gone. Failsy started breathing fire on this creature using her elemental breath weapon, and it seemed to absorb some of the fire into itself, and its mouths are now wreathed in flame.
Ooh, okay.
Brimstone,
Okay.
it's now your turn.
So first attack is going to reload Mercy with just a regular sniper round.
All right, regular sniper round reloaded into Mercy.
And then I'm gonna take a shot with it, activate the brand, because
All right, Hellfire.
if we hit this thing hard enough, maybe it'll finally fucking die.
Maybe.
Okay.
This thing got as many holes in it as Lionel does.
It's got more. Lionel's only got, well, I guess he's been bitten twice, so.
Yeah, he's got quite a lot of teeth holes in him right now.
Or no, he's been bitten once, because they missed the first time. Okay,
Go ahead and roll your attack.
At what
19.
point does the
I
plate
guess.
armor become useless?
At some point, the plane armor becomes chainmail.
14, and then 1, 2, 4. Ow.
3d8.
Mm.
Brimstone, the brand is just, it's searing into your arm at this point as you watch a lot of hellfire creep along its edge.
Right.
Unfortunately, due to what happened with Failsy, it is gained
It
resistance
only
to
takes
fire
17
damage,
too,
so it
but-
still takes 17. That's still a lot of damage.
I thought
Yeah.
Hellfire was good.
That's why
Creatures
it's
that are
only taking
resistant,
one.
creatures that are resistant to fire damage still take normal damage from hellfire.
That's why I still take normal damage from it.
All right, so
Mm.
okay then.
That's a total of 31.
Again, at this point, Brimstone, you actually completely blow another one of its heads off, dealing a total of
31.
31 points of damage. Nice. All right. You can see the monster staggering on its feet. But the 3 heads that died, the stumps that were at their base start to bubble, and 6 more heads emerge.
What is with this thing in heads?
At this point, I believe it's at 8 heads total.
Good lord.
It was at 5. We killed 3. Yep.
Yeah, but only 2 get to attack.
Yep, only 2 get to attack. Okay, this time they're going to take bite attacks against... Leonel's not doing that much damage, so they're not really viewing it as a threat. They're going to take bite attacks against... Gonna go with Dravince and Failsy, since they seem to be the biggest sources of damage on it right now. At least that it can
reach.
see.
Yeah.
Because Failsy's like directly underneath it. Actually, no,
Yeah.
Failsy's too close for comfort. It's going to take a bite attack against Failsy and Dravince.
Brimstone's too far away.
It really wants to bite Brimstone, but there are too many targets in the way.
hmm
So let's see what the rolls are.
Just
Failsy, that's going to be a 25 to hit.
Oh god damn it!
Oosh.
Eldritch fuck yous!
And Dravince, that's going to be a 24 to hit.
Did you have like Hellish Rebuke or something?
Failsy's not that kind of
Not that kind of tiefling.
Right.
Well, even with shield, I can't avoid that.
Failsy doesn't actually know shield.
Not right now, at least.
That was with her. Yeah, her staff knew shield.
All right then. Failsy, you take 10 points of piercing damage
Oof.
and 1 point of fire damage.
Mm.
Dravinche, you take 8 points of piercing damage and 2 points of fire damage. As the heads both clamp down on each of you.
Ah,
It is fighting tooth and nail. You actually notice as the two heads that were just gone lax, it sort of melted off its body as the next ones reformed out of it. It seems to be regaining its vigor with each head drawn, but it is sort of, you all are war of attritioning it out, like, down. Like, it is not being able to keep up with your damage. It is fighting with desperation at this point.
okay. Da Vinci is going to try for the full combo.
Alrighty.
So 15,
15 just hits.
Mm.
13
Alright.
plus 23 for the dagger
Alright.
for another 6. And channeling lightning as he's stabbing the dagger in.
Alright, that's gonna hit. 14 points of damage.
And no react.
And Da Vinci is going to
Run away!
Alright then. I have to check something about
Hydra.
the specific things about how not being able to take a reaction and a creature that gets, at this point, 8 reactions a turn works.
That's a good question.
Oof.
Because
You
every
get-
head gets a chance to react.
Okay, then
Well, you wouldn't know that. Actually, even with that, with your shocking grasp, because the amount of damage you dealt, the head you just shocked falls off.
ooh,
more than
very
25.
nice.
You did more than 25 points of damage to its head.
But I was going to say before I was reminded of the reaction thing, doing a disengage.
Alright.
Be-
Can you do that?
because
You have the ability to disengage without taking an action to do so?
if you have at least one momentum point, you can take the dash or disengage as a bonus action.
You offhanded attack.
My dual weapon fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, he can roll it into his attack.
Okay. Okay.
Just basically, he gets away.
Okay. It's a lot of stuff to keep track of, and it's hard to keep track of that. But alright.
Yeah, it is.
Play the attack actions. Okay.
Eventually doing a Zoidberg.
Basically.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a lot of things to keep track of because all of these different homebrews mixing together
Yeah, it makes things
results
fucky.
in really broken combos.
Yeah, it makes things fucky.
I don't think I have any homebrew on me, so.
Other than,
Other than the Aria, but
yeah.
that's not really that homebrew. That's just a slightly
It's a
magical.
homebrew item, so. Yeah, it's not like Drevenche or myself.
Anyway,
Anyways.
let's keep things going.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
It's hard to when I'm having to do math and keep track of action economy. Alright, okay, so one of the heads did fall off. It took another 13 points of damage from what I had previously written down. Alright. Alrighty then. It is still standing. Dravenche, you run away. Are you just full movement booking it away from it?
He's booking at least. You said it was difficult terrain, so he would book up up
I
at
mean,
around 20
within-
feet.
You still have. I don't think you've cast another concentration spell, so you'd still have Long Strider up. I don't actually remember if Long Strider is a concentration spell.
It is not.
All right, so you still have Long Strider up, so your movement speed is 40, and you have to use 10 of it to get out of the difficult terrain. So you'd have 30 feet of movement to get away from it.
Okay, Provincia will move back about like 25 feet.
All right. All right, again, that was Stravincia's turn. Morrigan, it is now your turn.
Okay, second verse, same as the first. She body strikes with the Moonlit Aria.
All right. 20 will hit.
13.
All right. 13 points of damage. Okay. Not quite.
And then another body strike. 19.
19 will hit.
10.
Good.
That was the lowest I could roll on damage. Holy shit.
Yeah. Hexblade
Yeah,
Curse is
that-
crazy.
Yeah, you're level 5, and the lowest you can roll on damage is 10. That's why creatures like this have to be as strong as they are.
Well, that's
Eh.
with her Hexblades, but yeah.
I mean, she's a warlock. She always has hexblades if she's taking a rest.
Practically, yeah.
All right. So that does make another one of its heads go lax.
And she's maintaining the concentration on Hex.
All right.
Oh, yeah, so you should be rolling more damage because of the necrotic.
Yeah, go ahead and roll another 2d6 damage because you should have
Oh, I didn't.
added that to each attack.
I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
It's fine. There's a lot going on right now. A lot of
Yeah,
lot
there
of
is.
damage abilities.
Yep, yeah, so an extra 2d6 on necrotic.
2.
2.
Damage is damage.
Yeah, 2 health gone is 2 health gone.
Still, 2 of its heads have gone lax at this point. All right, Failsy. Assuming you don't have anything else you're doing, Mordigan. Sorry.
No.
Okay.
Would these heads count as individual targets?
For the sake of destroying them, yes. For the sake of doing damage to this creature, no.
Just wondering if they count as individual creatures for
For area of
Okay.
effect attacks, no.
no, for Chaos Bolt, which targets single creatures.
So for twin spelling,
Yes.
Technically, no, because they all share a health pool.
Yeah, it's all one creature.
Dang.
Unfortunately.
But you know what? It's got plenty of heads to target. I'll say it can affect multiple heads.
All right. In that case, Fez is gonna, for her extra action, she's gonna put a health potion in her mouth and swig it down.
Right.
While,
All right.
while prepping her Chaos Bolt in each hand. It's like, I am too invested in killing you to step away from this. And mouth is now, and mouth is engaged right now.
Fair enough. All right.
Swigging
Go ahead
off her-
and roll your chaos bolts. Don't forget to mark off your sorcery points for twin spelling.
Step off.
I will say this creature will not function as 2 creatures if the attack would arc. But for the sake of twin spelling, I will allow it to function that way.
Okay, that makes sense. Just targeting 2 heads at once. And...
Mm. How much? What's the dust roll for?
Can you not click chaos bolt in your character sheet to attack?
No, I was gonna do the my healing first because I'm at 12 HP.
Oh, if it's a basic healing potion, it's 2d4 plus
2.
2.
2d4 plus 2. Six.
6 points of healing. Baby got the bottle.
And over to spells. Chaos Bolt.
You roll Chaos Bolt's attack twice.
I will ramp this up to level 3 if I have to. Wait, what does that do?
More damage. It's an extra d6 per level. I think that does mean you have to spend more sorcery points to 20 that.
Yeah, it's per the spell's level to cast when it comes to the sorcery points spent to cast it.
Yep.
So you'd have to, for twin spelling, you'd have to treat it as a 3rd level spell if you decide to upcast it to 3rd level.
That's fine.
Okay, fair. I think that's 3.
I was just gonna blast this thing into the next dimension.
I hope so. God,
Shield Dragon Ball Z this thing.
fucking please.
Make sure I get rid of the last sorcery point. Did I? Oh, yeah, there. I got so many little windows.
Failsy somehow gets access to the obliteration beam homebrew I posted.
Very well could.
Alright,
Oh,
so
take that level 9.
alright, so
Nine.
go ahead and make the 2 attack rolls.
Oh right, it's actually
Yeah, just spell attack. If it's not proccing as an attack action, just roll your firebolt or something. Whatever your basic attacking cantrip is to do the attack roll.
I've actually got it written here somewhere. Chaos Bolt, but I'm gonna have to roll 2 more d6.
Yeah, you're.
Chaos Bolt.
Alright, 18 hits. Go ahead and roll the attack again.
Chaos Bolt.
25.
25 also hits.
Very nice.
2 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
17 and 18 plus 4d6.
Choose
So
lightning or poison, and then acid or fire.
So we'll go lightning and acid.
Alright, lightning and acid. Fair enough. Alright, you watch as 2 of the 2 heads you hit with those spells, the magic within them burns one down to its base with the acid, and the other one suddenly ruptures from the lightning.
Mm.
For a total of 37 damage.
Fuck.
Alright. At this point, there are still 4 heads left standing,
Mhm.
and the creature is running on fumes. Is that your turn, Failsy?
I think I've used up all my abilities.
Fair enough. Lionel.
you do a smack.
Lionel, you gosh darn failure! You rolled just below the attack on, just below the 2 hit on both of those. He's done so poorly this whole time. Brimstone, it's your turn.
So, this
So
thing
what?
is still standing despite all the stuff we put into it.
It is still standing. You and everyone around it do notice, though, the head stumps are no longer burbling.
Okay.
It seems all that remains are the 4 heads that are left standing.
Okay. Is this?
Alright, what you doing, Brimstone?
I need to read.
Okay.
Okay, it's not. So, like, sorry, I keep forgetting things. I would have to.
You're within 45 feet of it, if that's what you're going to ask.
Okay, so I would have to move within 30 feet then. Basically, could I, like, if I were to throw my javelin, could I angle it in such a way that it would only hit the Hydra instead of anyone else?
Well, definitely. You could see the Hydra above all of your companions.
Okay. I wanted to be sure before I did something.
Oh, you're talking about the lightning javelin?
Yes.
Then definitely you could do that.
Okay, then I
You're
would.
far enough back that, unlike Failsy's situation, it's not blocking your view to hit around it.
Okay, so I would like to throw it and use the ability of it
All
to
right.
Conjure a bolt of lightning.
All right.
I think since I'm aiming at it directly, I don't think it needs to make the dex save, but I think I do still need to roll the hit.
Do you have the item in your inventory to pop out what it does?
Yeah. I don't know if I can pop out what it does, but
Let me
Curl it, speak its command word, it transfers the bolt of lightning. If I forgot, that extends from you to a target within 120 feet. Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target. Okay, so I just need to roll the hit then.
Yep.
I miss.
All right. It's the first time you've used this weapon. You're trying to get a feel for it. You go to throw it, and the javelin just barely arcs between two of the heads and goes flying off into the distance.
All right, I'm done. Brimstone pulls out Repent.
All right.
Doesn't know what it does.
All
We're
right.
gonna find out.
It is currently loaded with its specialty shots.
Yes. I assume the misfire is the same as a regular revolt. So misfire.
Repent does not have a misfire score.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Repent is too well made.
That's right. Okay. I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna take a shot.
Are you certain?
I rolled a check to myself to see if Brimstone would, and he failed the check. So
Okay.
yes. As much as I, as Myth, don't want to, I, as Brimstone, would.
All right. Have I given you the stats for Repent yet? Base statistics.
Yeah. The base statistics of a revolver, I just don't know.
It is a +3 weapon.
Oh, okay.
For the sake of rolling it, is a +3 weapon.
Okay. Alright. Get a shot then.
15
Fine.
hits.
If I had a grit point. Damn it. Okay. Oh. 18. Whatever.
Well, no, you don't roll damage with Repent.
Oh, do I not? I was not aware of that.
I have to find Repent's information because I didn't think you'd be using it already. Okay, then.
The only
Sorry
other gun
about
I have I can't use right now. So it's a panic thing.
I'm aware, and I'm sorry, but I have to find this information because I did not have it on hand.
I mean, to be fair,
Oh dear.
I didn't want to use it, but it was like, in this moment, it's a desperation thing.
All right then. So, none of you all are currently aware of what just happened behind you, but you hear this cacophonous explosion, the sound of a piece of shattering glass, and the creature before you vanishes.
What? What just happened?
So from Brimstone's perspective, it's much the same. It just
It's like you all see, none of you saw what collide with it because it's a bullet. It's impossible to track its motion if you're not the one firing it. But Brimstone, you just watch as time almost seems to slow down as you just track the bullet entering this creature's body. You just hear that shattering sound, and it's almost like a static glitch happens, where just like for a split second you all see the creature almost like break apart in sections, separating instantly, and then pull back into itself and vanish.
Just staring at Repent like, huh?
What the hell just happened?
Fen's assuming that she just literally did blast it into the next dimension.
Yeah, it pretty much happened right after you did your thing, Failsy.
That actually
Roll behind the scenes how much damage that did. A couple of seconds later, what would effectively be the next turn of combat,
Okay.
it reappears and is just limp, dead on the ground, and looks like it's aged about 5,000 years. It is almost just dust and bone.
A little bit of desiccated skin.
What the fuck?
I swear I didn't do that.
Okay, so
You are out of combat.
I was about to ask.
And
So that's what it
you
does.
only have 5 shots.
So that's what it does.
I have questions, but we should get moving.
Yeah, we don't have
Yeah.
time.
Alright, where are you all going? This
Heading up
thing's
to-
dusty
yeah.
corpse lies before you.
Yeah, just heading up, back towards the manor, I assume.
Yeah, before guards start swarming the place.
I mean, there are
Lionel?
guards present currently. They just sort
Yeah.
of walk over to this thing's dusty remains and start poking at it with spears.
Lionel, thoughts? Back to
He collapses on the ground from blood loss.
oh,
Uh,
I thought that would have happened sooner.
The adrenaline's been keeping him alive all this time.
Yeah, Brimstone isn't here for anything. He's gone.
Oh, Brimstone just immediately turned and ran.
Yeah, that was the plan until it attacked again.
Fair enough.
That's the plan Brimstone's operating under. Just, so that's what it does. Cool. Stays for about 6 seconds, make sure it's dead. Doesn't do anything. Then goes.
Dravinche, for reasons, please make an Arcana check while looking over this thing's corpse. You will have advantage on this.
okay. Not 20.
You immediately get an image, like a sort of image of a warning in your mind about something that could happen with the watch if it fails. You get the image, or rather, images that become a word in your mind. Temporal laceration.
Shit.
I thought that was actually TV static for a second. Fuck.
It's like the sound I can make with my mouth.
Accurate. Anyways.
Oh, speaking of which, you guys did actually hear that sound as that happened.
Morrigan, help me
Yeah, yeah,
bring Lionel back.
yeah. Morgan will
After
go.
about a minute, he actually stands back up as if nothing happened.
Felsie had to wait a few seconds to catch her breath because she collapsed after it fell.
Oh,
I think she was really close to the end of her haste at that point.
Yeah, if you sort of start to turn to one array Felsie, and they're just like, "Arr!" and then you keep going.
oh, well, at least you didn't have to wake up laying on the ground.
What happened?
The creature disappeared, came back, it was dead, and we just We're heading towards the manor.
Okay. He turns and not as quickly as before, but starts following behind you all. What in the bloody hell did that?
I don't know, but I have a suspicion.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We need to regroup. That creature was a distraction.
All right.
Yeah, that or was to just get her out of there, and then once we were led to the manor, she rendezvoused with it.
I saw her flying off. She was carrying something or someone.
Distract or not, it doesn't change what happened. This is where we are going to take our bio break. We will be picking back up with you all back in the manor.
Okay.
Okay, proper bio break. That means I can let my doggo out.
Yep, 5 to 10 people. Bio break time.
I'm sorry I had to run away in the middle of combat. I just could not hold it.
You got back before your turn came back around. It's fine.
I did say feel free to take your time, so that might have been helpful for that. I don't know. I'm gonna go let Captain
Just
out.
go.
I will stick around with chat and see if anyone is even around to listen.
And I'm still here.
I don't think we have anyone in chat, though.
Holisif Radalt.
Oh. Hello, Andy. You're in the chat.
No, Andy's there. Well, sorry to say, but your boyfriend nearly died. If you haven't seen that.
He got beat up.
Dang it. You know what the annoying thing about this is?
What?
I had this whole plan in mind if Da Vinci could even get close to Sonata about how he could get her out of there.
Yeah, you think that the big bad's gonna give you a chance to get close to the target? They can move faster than you? Well, how are you feeling, Andy? I mean, I know you said you feel like you're about to throw up or something, but overall,
The thing is, though, the big bad, as far as I know, doesn't know what the group is capable of.
true, but it's not going to give you a chance.
Fair. All I know is that while we were
Lee is
in
still
there... Sorry?
Andy asked if Lee was still an orc.
He was
Lee
knocked unconscious, so...
Lee maintained orc form.
Oh, he did.
They don't lose form unless something purposely deactivates their form. It's a lot stronger than a typical alter or disguise self.
Then what about the explosion?
That doesn't have anything to do with dispelling magic. That's just an
No.
explosion.
I think he meant the
first
case
explosion.
Oh, that was... I mean, you don't know what caused it.
I think it means back at the Goblin Cave that knocked him unconscious.
Oh, that was because there was something else going on in there. That was because when the opening of that cave blew up, wild magic started leaking out, and that triggered stuff to happen.
Ah. Okay.
Like I said, there has to be other things going on to make them drop form.
Okay.
I never explained that before, but yeah, it's specific things that can cause them to drop form.
While we were in the kitchen with the big bad, my hands were actually shaking to the point where it was making it difficult to weave chainmail.
Ah. So what do you all think of the big bad?
Must kill. That's Fauzi's assessment of it.
I mean, all things considered, by the way, Andy, the combat went fairly well. They completely outpaced its regenerative abilities, and once it actually hit 0 HP, they just had to kill the remaining heads. This was
And we
not
got to
a
see-
base stats Hydra, by the way.
I
Had a few
figure.
modifications.
And Brimstone.
Yeah, it was
Got
she
to
mostly
try
stayed
out
back,
his
so I didn't
new
have to try to
toy.
copy your character. Yeah,
Sorry?
Brimstone got to try out his Repent.
I have time as a weapon
Yes.
for 5 more shots. And I'm assuming that it's
Not
probably
as effective against this creature as it could be against other creatures, but
Like I said,
effective
I
enough
didn't
to kill
want
it.
to use. I didn't want to use it. Brimstone didn't see any other choice. So if he let it continue living, it could have killed someone.
True. I want to say something, but I don't want you to feel bad for it.
Probably had like a little bit of HP left. I could have killed it with something else, but
Well, technically, it couldn't regrow heads anymore. It was at 0 HP, but each head individually has 1 HP once it gets down to overall 0.
yeah, so it needed more attacks to kill it than I could have done anyways.
Yeah.
And I didn't have anything else.
Yeah, but
Mercy wasn't loaded.
Repent has an interesting effect.
Fuck you. Yeah, time murder.
Oh, he's not dead. He literally just got knocked out. She did not make any effort to kill him.
What?
Andy was saying Keta just gets more trauma with trying to save her only boyfriend and first crush die on her. With trying to have her only first boyfriend and crush die on her. He didn't die, Andy. He is still alive. He's just beat up.
It's the case
Oh,
of where
that's
we're
bad.
too beneath her to actually warrant her killing us.
No, it's not even that. She just didn't come to kill you all. She came to get the girl.
I was really tempted to shoot her, but I was like, I would follow Failsy's suit. And when Failsy tried and it didn't do anything, Brimstone was like,
I will say, if you guys tried to incite her, it wouldn't have been a hard roll. Because she's not hiding it at all. Literally, she did not come to kill any of you all. No, he's
up.
He's
he's
up. He's up. He is not unconscious anymore.
Yeah,
I basically
no.
said Keta used a healing word to get him back up.
Yeah, she
What do you
slapped
mean
him.
you don't trust me.
We were all there.
I'm
She's-
not going to kill your boyfriend unless I want to, and I don't want to because he's fun to roleplay.
And also, that would really suck if you weren't here when it happened.
Yeah, I'm not going to push super major plot things forward if you're not present for your character. I'm not Matthew Mercer.
Hmm.
I'm jesting, of course.
Oof.
Poor Yasha.
I'd imagine that was something he had to discuss with her beforehand. So,
Definitely.
because just pulling out of nowhere, be like, "The fuck."
It had to. I'm assuming he actually probably individually worked with her to figure out how that was going to go because her work schedule made it impossible for her to be present more often than not.
Mm-hmm.
But that's working on a TV show for ya.
I have to try and repair my gun now.
I will say because the damage that was Listen, the only thing that's going to kill Lee is himself.
Not killing him yet because he's still alive. It's just that Lee was getting in her way, so she removed the problem.
She basically just smacked him.
Through a wall.
Not through a wall. Against a wall.
I didn't know if she slapped him through a wall and he stopped at a second one, or if it was just the first.
No, he got hit against a wall and then stopped. He kept trying to punch her with a shield, and she got really tired of it.
I don't know why you don't trust Ash. She's not me. I straight up killed your party members' families in front of you. Yeah.
Lee is definitely the biggest danger to himself.
Second danger to Lee is Keta.
Third danger is Failsy. Fourth danger is everything else. Just based on Failsy's track record of hitting Lee with spells.
I think I would have killed some party members.
Unless his 5-foot-tall girlfriend is the thing that's knocked out.
That's fair.
What
We're
was that,
DMs. You
Kelsey?
should never trust us.
Just in general, or as a DM, because one of these is much more hurtful than the other.
What was that you said, Failsy?
I think Failsy would have killed some party members if her Chaos Bolt procced and arced at
Say
I think you choose.
You choose extra targets. It would not have arced to more party members. Unless you're just like my party members.
Okay.
Keta is dangerous to Lee because Lee attempts to save her from the situation she gets into and usually ends up hurting himself in the process or just being really dumb.
I'm back.
Why'd you just say DM?
I said I'm
there you-
back.
No,
We're talking to Andy in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah, she
Welcome back.
was talking to me because I was like, do you mean it's a DM or in general?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Insofar as I trust neither of you.
Gotcha.
Because one of those is much more indicative of the problem.
I don't trust any of you as people.
That's
I don't
fair.
trust anyone. I don't trust anyone as a person.
I don't.
Trust me.
I mean, yeah.
You
Nobody,
make chainmail. No, you should never trust a man who can make armor.
nobody grows that tall without eating at least one other person.
You've definitely eaten a baby at some point.
Like,
Hey,
yeah,
hey.
You ate a baby to gain your strength, and maybe it was like a twin or something. I don't know.
like Shaquille O'Neal. He's eating something.
That man has either eaten another person or a shark at some point. Like
Yao
a whole
Ming?
shark, one bite.
Yao Ming is the reason why China doesn't have 2 billion people.
okay.
I don't know who that is. Oh well.
He's a Chinese basketball player. He's taller. He's super tall. He's like,
I think he's
like
taller than.
7'6".
I was about to say I think he's taller than Armored.
He is, most definitely. Yeah, he's like 7'5", 7'6". He's super tall, but he's also super tiny. He's a friggin' twig.
Sorry
Andy, do you want to try to join in for RP now, or are you still wanting to stay out just to keep your breath in?
And other things that might be trying to come out.
Because if you think you can and you want to, you can definitely join in with us now.
No pressure.
Sparkling water does a body good. All
Yeah,
right,
it
then
does.
it's coconut. If you like coconut. Fails to heal self.
Yeah.
If you want to try and you decide you have to back out, you definitely can, Andy. I'm just giving you the option to jump in if you want to try to jump in for some role play.
The free one's level 2. Okay.
If it's level 2, just roll an additional d8.
She said, "You guys start. I'll be a minute."
So, is everyone back?
It's an additional 3.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so everyone's back. We join the party back in as you all go back through the window again because the front of the manor is completely collapsed and also still burning. Like, the manor itself is currently in the process of burning down.
Hi.
Hello.
I
At this point, I'll just let you know Keta has basically dragged Lee out of the kitchen as he's managed to get back on his feet at this point. Mark off that you've used at least one healing word, by the way.
Yeah, give me a second. I gotta grab
I'm
this
just,
game.
yeah. All good. I was just letting you know what was at least used at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Lena, what happened to the keeper?
I don't know. He wasn't in here when I came in here to visit her.
Then let's,
Somebody must have died.
A lot of people died.
Well, then, well, no, that's why he's gone.
Probably. Might be for the best.
care about his day job. He had one job.
No, he's a worshipper of Grima. They all tend to, collect souls.
Yeah, you know he's not just a worshipper of Grima, he is one of Grima's followers.
Yeah.
Like, he's not just a cleric of Grima, he is one of the cloaked, basically, they're called.
One of the agents of Grima.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
A Grima Reaper.
Ah,
I mean, look what happened though when she attacked. I don't think we can go against her. I mean, she kind of kept emotions towards Lee.
well,
That
none of
hurt.
us are saying.
That hurt a lot.
Well, we
None
have
of
to
us are
resist
saying
and
we
not
should
let
go
her.
after. Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, we kind of have to. She most likely has another.
She definitely does.
I'm sorry, guys, I tried.
No, honey, no, it's okay. No,
Lee, you did good.
is anything broken?
My pride.
Lee, there was nothing you could have done.
The fact
I
that you
never-
survived is enough.
I ain't never
She wasn't
seen-
trying to kill me.
I ain't never seen flesh deflect a bullet.
She's not a person though. She's. Given who I think her parentage is, I mean, it makes sense. It took 5 people, 5 great people, just to kill her forebearer.
And that's your mother, Failsy.
Yeah, don't remind me.
What was that thing that she had carrying Sonata before we got to it?
I have no idea.
She was treating it like a dog. She
There was-
called it like she called it something.
Do you remember what?
Hidra,
Ida?
something like that.
Wait, wait.
Hydra.
DM, can given Keta as a lore bard, can she roll some sort of can she roll a history check to see if she's heard of this creature?
You
I
can
think-
attempt, but you're probably not going to succeed.
I mean, hey, it doesn't hurt to try.
All we know is that it kept regrowing heads. As we continued to attack it, its heads would fall off, and it would more would come back.
I couldn't do anything against it.
Do you think she's making more scaled creatures?
Probably.
I mean, she's the dragon? Is that the word for it?
I think that's the one that we heard, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
if Corvanus... Did Corvanus look like that?
No, from anything that's been described of it, it was an amorphous thing.
I
She
wouldn't be
was-
surprised if he could take that form if he wished, though.
Like, as Keta's pointing this out, by the way, guys, you're thinking about the amorphous form, and you've heard it described how Corvanus moved with the constant, like, slowing off and regrowing of limbs.
Ugh.
It definitely seems to be a component of that creature.
If that creature we fought must have some relation to Corvanus.
21 on history. Brimstone, at this point, you could also attempt a history check.
I have a terrible idea, and I don't want to share it, but I think I need to.
Brimstone. If
Brimstone,
he fought one, he doesn't remember.
yeah, you feel some familiarity with this, and then Keta, your memory is much better. You actually remember Brimstone at some point in the past has actually told you a story about a creature like this that was fought on the battlefield against the forces of Magisteria. A Hydra, or Lee called it a Hydra,
Mhm.
but a Hydra is an incredibly dangerous monster that the more damage it takes, the more it can regenerate, and you have to try to blitz it down before it gets a chance to keep regenerating.
So it would have been something that you send a lot of people after at once.
Like,
Get it
they
done over.
are they're supposed to be at minimum fought by a squad of 6 to 10 people at once.
And that would have been people of, like, very decent enough power, I assume.
Military ranking, like basic, it would take a squadron of 6 properly trained warriors. You guys get the sense that you guys are around the ranking of a properly trained warrior as far as the military would be concerned at this point.
Mhm.
Brimstone, you told me a story about this. About a Hydra being fought during the war. About 6 to 10 people had to be sent after one just to get it done and over with. It had to be
Right.
blitzed in an instant. Or else, I mean, given when you told me the story, Dad also said that you basically, if you don't cut it off soon enough, more will grow. But what if she's already gotten access to the bones? Or at least something of the bones?
Assuming
We-
already.
What are you
Half of-
talking about, bones?
The
Um,
bones of Corvanus.
So, to bring you up to speed, Lionel, from what I understand,
Please do. At this point, I need to know what you all are doing, why it involves Sonata.
We
Yep.
came here to get her out of a dangerous situation, and unfortunately, either we were too late to do that, or fate is deemed it's going to be dangerous no matter what we do.
Our interference may have changed what exactly happened.
so
It is at this point you realize that today is the deadline.
We needed to get her out
Mm.
before today, and we failed in that.
Mm, so the many years ago, there was a great war fought, and there was this monster referred to as a dragon.
Get on with it. What is it? What is it?
It is a great scaled beast that was fought here. It died here at the hands of 5 heroes. The bones are underneath the city. There's a device that was created to basically stem the tide of any madness that was left over from these bones. And it's believed that that thing that just took Sonata wants to remove the device to get the bones.
Also, that woman is the child of that thing that's buried under here.
You see him like racking his brain as he's trying to process what you all are saying.
Also,
Wait.
during back then, there was the first Azamar who came about, the Azamar of Hope, who was captured at that time, and
One thing
The-
at a time, please.
Possibly.
Morgan. Morgan.
So,
Sonata is supposed to be Arya's daughter, right?
In a way, yes.
What if they need Arya's essence to awaken Corvana?
They probably do.
But you can't awaken bones.
you're talking. You see him like struggling to remember.
Keta will reach out and kind of touch him. You can remember. I know you can. Just breathe. And she's going to give him an inspiration just if he's rolling for anything.
I'll actually roll that for him because it might make the difference. What's your inspiration die now?
It is a
Yeah.
D8.
I'm assuming that was a D8
Yes.
Yeah, it's a D8.
because I just heard it is a DEET.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yep.
Like anti-mosquito chemical?
Okay, not bad. That is an old legend. There's no truth in that.
No, there is truth.
Walked straight out of this kitchen and just tore up half the town.
That was a monster from the cult of Magisteria. That I know.
Right, so
We-
let's deal with the hard
The
facts.
ancient legend of Drakenfell. That's just a legend.
Hey, that's my last name.
Well,
I'm
That's a
certain
Draken-
it's many people's last names, child.
No,
No,
and
it
you,
was given to 5 people.
well then, let's just deal with the cold hard facts. The Cult of
Yeah.
Magisterium now has Sonata and is heading straight for the kingdom and is possibly heading for the tombs.
which also we have discussed with Tim the wizard in the south of the city.
Oh, yeah,
So-
that weird one.
Mm. So the reason why things are so orderly in this city is because there's a device that contains a piece of a god underneath the castle, creating a calm emotions effect around, well, this entire city. Arya's power seems, or Sonata's power, is able to dispel the effects of that device. And apparently, that device was made to prevent every single person in the city from going insane from what's potentially buried underneath it.
Here's the thing, though.
What is
Why
under
would
the
they?
city is called the Mad Titan's Crypt.
That fits. That's one of Corvanus's titles, if I remember rightly.
The titles you heard for Corvanus was the Dread Tyrant. But you can sort of get the idea of if that is what his bones have been doing to the city for so long, it probably just over the course of time the name might have devolved.
That's why I had her say, if I remember correctly.
I know, I was just making sure you knew.
Thank you for that.
Here's the thing. Why would you bring her to Bones if? I mean, don't you remember the incident with the egg?
What about an egg? What does that have to do with anything?
We found an egg that might be related to Corvanus in a sense. That was impaled with, I believe, black iron bars, blessed by the god Granum himself, to keep him down.
Where
So, why wouldn't you take her to one of those instead of Bones?
Anyways,
Geta?
Wait.
Hmm? Are you remembering something?
Maybe.
Give him.
I used to be in charge when I first joined the regiment here of guarding the record rooms. And I
a lot of opportunities to read old things. That's how I even
Okay.
know about the legend. You're saying eggs?
Keta will describe the egg that she saw.
The description of the egg doesn't really seem to make any difference to him, but the confirmation of there being an egg seems to make some difference to him.
We
Was there something in the legend that
The
mentioned
legend.
one?
The legend of the Dragonfell. It spoke of how heroes felled the creature we call in the legend called the Mad Titan, and how its soul was shattered and sealed away into several eggs.
well,
Did it have something to do with himself, the shepherd?
I don't know that name now. I just mentioned the soul being shattered. It's a
Yeah.
legend. It's foggy at best. It's
And-
old
and be-
history from before the
besides-
Advent.
besides Keta, I don't think legends like that would carry details
Well,
that closely.
Forgive me, but I'm a part of a living legend here. And something doesn't seem right here. If this was before the time Graynham was even a god, then I don't think it was Graynham who put those rods in first.
In any case,
Anyway,
it doesn't matter how. Any little piece of information could be the difference between saving that girl and dooming her.
There's 7, so maybe there's one underneath the city with the bones.
Do you remember anything else, Lionel?
I know the story of the Mad Tyrant.
do you know where the tomb is?
I know where the entrance to it is. The place was built like a maze.
Well, let's go visit the Mad Tyrant then.
We
Might
need
be
to
our only
be more
chance.
careful about this.
I agree with Morgan. I maybe we should check back with Tim and see if he even.
That woman.
Hmm?
She's one of the new advisors. What was she doing here? Why is she after Sonata?
Sonata's her granddaughter.
I know that. That's not something a grandmother does.
Most likely the power Sonata has.
Why would she
Or-
have any reason to do anything like this?
Because people
From-
can be cruel, manipulative bastards.
Also,
I don't.
Felzy.
I think I figured it out. Gauzy sort of slapping her forehead. Sonata can turn off the machine.
Fuck.
that's what I was about to suggest, but yeah, that seems most likely.
That would make the madness erupt, turn this entire city into bedlam.
And that's exactly what she wants.
Uh,
She doesn't know where it is.
and that's
So
our
maybe-
best,
How can you be
that's
so
our
sure?
best chance.
Because she's an advisor. They're not
She's
let anywhere near the guard.
She's also the leader of the cult of Magisterial.
You can't see his eyes, but you can almost feel them go wide at that. Wide in disbelief as you say that.
Just like taken aback.
It's a bold accusation.
Well, apparently she's her daughter, so you probably know more about her than us.
Did you really just throw
You
him
don't
under the
look
bus?
like. You don't look that much like Cadence, though.
I mean, different dads is a thing.
I suppose. Wait a second.
He turns to look at Failsy. And I have to check something to make sure I don't say the incorrect name here. The original name. I have to find it. I know we talked about it. Can you message it to me real quick, Failsy? Because I don't remember which one of the terms it was.
I know I had it written down somewhere.
I
Probably in our
remember looking at it if I could send it. Because Failsy posted it in chat for us.
Oh, we had so many things to talk about. Load, Discord, load.
Why Discord gotta be so slow right now?
Mm.
Sorry about this, everyone. I'm having to make sure I'm using the correct name and information.
I don't have my Word document open. So
Yeah, there it is. I found it. You're the... Cadence has talked about you. You're Falsetto?
I used to go by that name.
So,
Fits the theme.
Weirdly enough.
Hmm.
Do you think it might be time to maybe ask for Tim's secret thing that he has?
I was going to
Given situations may seem dire.
suggest that we go back to Tim. If anything, what we know is that whatever that foul woman was, she knew Sonata was here because of a scrying likely on Failsy.
I mean, Tim confirmed it was Failsy.
So we need
He is
to.
Holocephalid.
So if we even dare try to go into the tombs, try to find the device, try to do anything, we need to make sure that we're not secretly guiding her towards her goal.
Oh, I hate to point this out then, but you have limited time.
Yeah, we should probably get going.
If
Why?
she's already watching you, then she just heard you say that.
Exactly.
And if Tim allows us to use what he has, then that might be actually of a great help, given that it might be a barrier for madness.
Let's
This
go
is the
then.
last we'll speak of it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You all begin traveling through the streets again?
Yeah. As they're leaving, Lionel, quick question.
What is it?
I gave you a health potion earlier, and you said those don't work on ones like me.
He's-
Could you maybe could you clarify that for me, please?
I said what I meant, and I meant what I said. Healing's never worked on me. Time
Then-
eventually mends my wounds, but magical healing has never been something that worked.
And forgive the phrasing of this question, but what are you?
A man with a curse.
And he just keeps walking.
As we're walking, Kenta just kind of looks over towards Brimstone and goes, if Tim allows us to take what he has, should you be the one to do it, or should we let someone else?
What do you mean?
Given what Tim has on his tower.
I will say, because you were all present for this conversation, if Myth you actually don't remember, they can remind you.
Yeah,
out of character.
I don't.
At a game, it's the regalia that he has.
Yeah, Tim told you all that he apparently has a regalia on the top floor of his
Right.
tower.
No, I just
It's
with
just
it's just with the thing. I didn't know what the thing was.
it's trying not to say it in game in case we're being watched.
No,
so-
I know it was for my own. I mean, I don't know why it means specific.
Well, I believe you. I mean, haven't you seen them before? Or I mean, I think at most fails you might have seen them before.
I don't think
I
Brimstone.
mean, you've all seen regalia before, but none
Well,
of you ever
yeah.
piloted one.
Yeah. The only one I think Brimstone has seen is the one that the voice of the labyrinth has.
Yeah, you all saw You all saw the clock tower regalia.
Mm.
Failsley has seen the molten regalia.
And we know Tim.
Yeah, you know Tim has one, but you've all seen like normal regalia before. Some of them are just made to move really heavy cargo.
Mm.
And Brimstone, you've seen battle-made regalia before.
Just, I mean, because I've seen
Don't
them
they really want to go to Tezrel?
doesn't mean I have any special ability to use one. For all I know, it might not accept me. It's made for someone. It's made for someone like him. Might only be able to take people like you.
And I think the only way Tim might allow it is if he gets to see me pilot it. Okay.
That was kind of the essence.
Who knows? You might even ask Tim, and he might want to aid you. He's always been a
Useful.
He's always been a reckless sort.
Well, I mean, he's like you in a sense.
I don't know what you mean by that.
You're part of the Revenant's regiment.
You see him give you a really confused look, like he doesn't even recognize what that word is.
You won't remember it, but that it describes why you can't die, and he can't die.
That was what my father was a part of. They weren't. Magic was used to allow them to not die. If he says magical healing can't work on him, then
I mean, it makes sense.
I think there's some information here being crisscrossed, but we should just.
I mean, you guys are
Yeah.
currently walking back towards Tim's tower.
Mm,
Keta, as you all are walking through the northern market, you see the desiccated, dusted corpse of this monstrosity.
Keta gives a little bit of like a heave, like she's gonna throw up.
That is what we thought.
You can see that there are people moving around it as if it doesn't exist. Like people who are just setting their stalls back up after they've been destroyed.
How close are we passing by this creature?
You could walk right past it if you wanted to.
If there's still blood coming out of it, Keta's gonna kind of
No blood.
no blood.
All of its blood and
It looks
flesh has
decayed.
turned to dust.
Yeah, it looks like it's in like the end stages of decay, where it's mostly just bone.
Well, she's gonna.
Blood
Scoop
left my its heads that we
No.
cut off.
Even all of that dust,
Oh.
it affected the entirety of that creature, even the bits that fell off of it.
Is there any like small bones that she can pick up?
They're like what would technically be its finger bones, but are still like foot long. Or you could grab like its teeth, which are individually like 6 to 8 inches long, if not longer.
Keta will pick up 2 teeth just because she wants to. Maybe gets she has ideas, but that's not for the moment right now.
Yeah, you grab one. Make a survival check as you go to grab one.
Oh dear lord.
Also, you've become very muffled.
You're muffled.
I know. I was moving my thing, so I
Okay.
had to lean my mic against my side of my mouth.
Gotcha.
6.
All right. Luckily, there's a lot of teeth to go around because, like, the first, 8 you try to grab just crumble into dust in your hand. But you eventually, I mean, it's not like wet and gross or anything, but it's like you grab them and they just crumble into powder. But eventually, you grab hold of a couple of teeth that just sort of like crack out of the jawline.
Alright. Yeah, as she's gonna walk back to the party, she just puts them in her bag and goes, maybe bargaining tools down the line.
Oh, Brimstone, you saw what happened to that thing, right? It just disappeared.
Yeah. I know.
Anyway, that's not the important. I don't think that's really important
Well,
right now.
you guys have 3 hours before you get back
Yeah.
to Tim's house, so you can talk.
Yeah.
You're talking and walking.
Yeah, just. I guess that's what they meant when they said that it was something to not be used often.
You mean you shot the gun?
Well, my other one broke, and I didn't have Mercy reloaded. I didn't want to. If I didn't use that, I didn't really have anything else to do. Just Brimstone starts looking around. Where'd that javelin go?
It sailed somewhere to the south of the market. You'd have to go find it.
You want a scimitar back?
No. I just don't want to lose that.
If you want, you can make an investigation check to try to find it.
Yeah.
I don't think Failsy saw it sail over the head to help.
Yeah, Brimstone's just cursory investigation. If he doesn't see it, he's not really going to worry about it. They have more pressing matters.
It's a javelin.
17.
Why are you so concerned over a javelin, Brimstone?
As you all are making your way out of the south of the market to get to Tim's place, you find an eviscerated civilian, like just bones on the ground.
Brimstone just...
And there's just the javelin speared into the ground next to where it is.
Oof.
Yeah, just pick up the javelin.
Is that the javelin you got from Bliss?
Yes.
God, she makes terrifying items.
Brimstone,
Man, what
did
is...
you murder this man?
Wait, Bliss
Yeah,
made
let's
the... I thought she just made damn good chocolates.
I mean, she made my cloak that I wear.
Huh.
I don't know who Bliss is.
And not important.
Very sexy lady tiefling.
Not important.
What's...
Ooh, how sexy.
You've seen her!
Failsy's never seen her.
Yeah, Failsy hasn't.
Tails has
Failsy
never
nor
gone to
Da Vinci.
Kansas.
Yeah, it's just the two of us.
Failsy,
No one else has gone to-
Morrigan's...
gone.
Oh, has
Where do you
Morgan?
think... Yeah, where do you think she got her potato candy from?
Oh, yeah, nah, I thought it kept them for you.
No.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
Azura. I mean, just think of, like, your wife, but, like, not as buff, but still hot. Like, librarian hot.
Why are you holding out on the sexy lady?
You just said a magic word for fancy. Librarian hot.
Because he's dating her?
Failsy just like, I'm a librarian.
No, it's one of them. Attracted to librarians. Anyways. Boys, I agree. Let's move on. The topic seems terribly irrelevant right now. So, been racking my brain about it.
Yes.
I remember bits and pieces of the legend.
What do you remember?
The Mad Titan. I'd ever heard it described in any of the legends other than it was something massive and crazed. It was one of the original members of the cult of Magisteria. I read at some points it was actually considered that it might have started the cult. But I don't know how that works.
I mean, I
quite
guess that
understand.
a giant monstrosity tells you worship or die. Some people might be forced to take that option.
I wish I could tell you more, but again, the legends about this have been very vague, and as far as I can understand, they were the written results of word of mouth.
I can imagine that for something like that, they might not want too many people to know about it.
From what I'm piecing
For a
together,
bloody good reason with what's going on right now.
from what I'm piecing together of everything that's happened and I know of, these were the heroes that were brought by the shepherd to most likely deal with Corvanus. And given everything that's happened once his soul was shattered, I have high reason to believe that the shepherd had a hand in preventing more like him from rising, given everything that happened.
The legend said that the god of life shattered its soul with the aid of the god of death. They shattered it and sealed it away into 100 eggs.
Well, given the timeline, given the timeline, and I really don't want to overload you with all the information that I know.
Look, how about we don't?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm not gonna do if you let me talk to Rinche.
Can you say I talk too much?
You do.
That's besides the point.
Anyway, if she breaks the machine, then that might also put in danger the other eggs that well, at least we know where one egg is, and you know what, I'd rather not have my home destroyed. So we might, given after everything, I might need to seriously talk with Granddad about everything.
What's in that tomb is only supposed to be its body, not its soul.
Maybe
No,
she
I know.
wants to use the soul as a scaffolding or something.
Well,
Something
you
to,
can't revive a body without a soul.
I mean, to build off of it, to use it as a component for something else.
Like building
Maybe.
a cake, almost?
I almost have to wonder is if this thing's as powerful as they say it is. If just having something powerful enough to bring its body around might call its soul to it,
That's
even
another
if it's under
worry.
lock.
My assumption would then be that you'd have to have at least a piece of its soul, and where its soul is has never been recorded. Like,
I wonder
good reason.
if she counts. She's
Um,
half of him.
a child is not its parent's soul.
Well,
Well, we
given that it's 100-ish eggs, as you say, and we know of
It
one,
might be 100. That's one version of the myth. Some
No.
say it's as few as 10, others say it's as many as 1,000.
we know where one is, though. That's the thing.
Then why?
Why what?
Then I would think that you all should be the last ones to go face this. If she captures one of you and tortures that information out of you, that's one piece of her puzzle down.
We need to save Sonoda.
I agree.
my point is if there's multiple pieces, it really doesn't matter if we knew where one is. She's probably found another.
Yeah.
There's probably
I don't-
some here.
I'd almost hazard she's found multiple.
Though, given the precautions that were even put just for one, I don't think she may have collected many.
Yeah, we don't know, and we can't
Presumably.
bank on it one way or the other.
Here's where I wish
In
we
either
had the
case-
ability to talk to dead people.
In either case, if we don't try to stop her, who's going to?
I mean, if you need information from dead people, I can oblige somewhat.
No, this would be somebody who is long dead.
Oh.
I wish I still had my god's power on my side.
Who did you worship?
Remember?
Um, or
I know at one point I worshipped someone.
remember what they looked like?
No. I worshipped them. And I forgot. And they forgot me.
Why would they
I don't
forget?
know. Because I forgot them.
Or
What is a person to a god? As far as I know, Graham is about the only exception to those gods. The rest of them don't really give a shit.
We
Hmm.
don't know how old Lionel is, though. That's the thing.
I don't either.
Well,
I
there's
don't
a
actually remember if my name is Lionel. That's just
Yeah.
what I know my name is now.
Did someone give you that name?
Yes.
Keeper, I assume?
No. Back when I first started working here. At this point, you all are getting to the point where you're starting to see the tower in the distance. Back when I was first put under charge of the city. Back when I was first meant to guard the repository of knowledge in the castle. I was told by my higher up that my name was Lionel. That was the information on my registry. But I don't remember ever writing my registry.
Somebody might have written it for you.
Maybe. I don't even know how I came to be in this city.
The more you're with us, the more you remember. I guess we'll see.
Maybe.
I have some ideas, but that's not. I don't think that's too important right now.
It doesn't matter. You actually see as he lifts up. Wait, did you ever give back his holy symbol to him, like
It-
the faced one?
It was given to Sonata, I believe,
Mhm.
and then
I'll say that he has it because it was just lying on the ground in the kitchen,
Mhm.
and without even thinking about it, he probably scooped it up while running past.
Makes sense.
Yeah, kind of like a habit thing of better have my holy symbol kind of deal.
You watch as he lifts that up. I don't think it matters. Even
This
if
is
I
the-
remember who I was, it's not going to change for whatever reason why I did this.
And you are who you are now.
it just might give you some clarity.
this is the
I don't know.
faith symbol, right?
Yes, it is a holy symbol, which at this point just appears to be a flat medallion.
Yeah, there's nothing discernible on it.
Yeah, one side of it is flat, somewhat scratched up just from being old, but the other side has clearly had like a rasp taken to it.
You were once a paladin, assumedly, or at least a very well-armored cleric.
Maybe.
I've been around enough religious people. Most likely.
Can I have a looky?
He turns it to face you, but does not hand it to you.
Would I be able to discern anything of what religious order this might come from?
You could try an investigation check at a very severe disadvantage.
As in mechanically at disadvantage, or the DC is very high.
Both. Because the entire face of the symbol has been ground down to be flat.
Makes sense.
Even if you could meet the DC, the only thing you might get is a hint, because there's no way to read what it once was. But you can try to roll it.
It's like I have 4 different things I could pick out.
Investigation. I said investigation.
Okay, investigation.
Mhm.
Because my Arcana, History, Investigation, and Religion are all 6.
Hmm.
investigation?
18.
No, it's at disadvantage, so it's a natural one.
7.
Yeah, it was high DC and
Yeah, Felzy, it's been defaced in its entirety. There's no hints of what it once was.
You were really angry at whatever god this was.
whoever
Okay.
brought him here was.
Apparently. And he just tucks it back into his armor.
If we manage to get out of here, if you go to the Bastion, I think I know someone who may be able to help you.
I don't think there's any help from a child. But that's not important right now. At this point, you all have reached the front of the castle, or not the castle, of
The
Tim's tower.
Can I test the door, see if it's unlocked?
It is, in the sense that the moment you go to open it, a cat opens it, and there's just a cat standing in front of you.
Keta will start up the steps and just go, Tim! Tim!
Alright then.
She kind
we
of
s-
brushes past the cats.
Alright, so is everyone wanting to stop right now, by the way, because it's 11?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back at Tim's place.
Yeah.
Alright, we will pick up next week with you all back at Tim's tower.
Let's see if we get to fucking pilot a mech.
Alright,
Turns out Tim has not just one mech, he has 5 mechs that make a super mech.
Well, I also have a feeling that Tim's regalia might not be the one that's like specifically segregated to just Sublucius, given that he said that there were those that were made that didn't need to have
well, we can discuss that once the stream is
Later.
out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those of you that chill.
I don't have anything.
So I think it's just unless anybody else has something they want to put out.
No shields.
I'm
What about
very.
my boyfriend?
That's.
Doesn't
I guess
count.
that counts as shilling.
I mean, I guess. Okay.
I'm very close to something being ready. I have to
Duly
finish the
noted.
maps and finish character creation.
Fair enough.
Okay. Go ahead.
Alright, so. This is definitely a session full of oh no. And if you want to see another session that's probably going to be full of a lot more oh no, or oh shit, or what the fuck, or ha, then be sure to join us again next week at this same channel at or around 7 p.m. EST. Because we can never fucking start on time, and part of it was my fault today because I did not manage time well and I had food in the oven. But we're gonna eventually get there, but anyway, yes. We'll be picking up again next Thursday at or around 7 p.m. EST to find out what the fuck is going on and can we save this girl, and I hope the answer is yes.
We better be able to.
I will be upset both in and out of character if we cannot save Sonata.
Depends entirely on how much time we have.
Yeah. So I think
Anyways.
I think on that we should all say our goodnights.
Good night, and I have something funny to say after stream.
Alright, good night.
I killed a Hydra with time.
Keta
Fair.
has Hydra teeth now.
Well, if that's everybody who wants to do so, then I'll just sign off with a good night, everybody. We'll see y'all next week.